Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're from. We are live. And if you're watching it later on, thanks for having a look. Some of it you might find interesting. So here we got. I know there's been a bit of a break, guys, and thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for all your support. It's been massive. Thanks for getting to know me. Okay. Yvonne, of course. Odds on. Yvonne, my number one. The best mod on YouTube. Paul, her partner. How you doing, mate? Yeah, and I'm very tired as well, so it won't be a long one. No, I don't think it will, to be honest. I've had a long journey. Hey, Blue. How you doing, Spikey? You've been there from day one, mate. Good to see you. I hope Claire's okay. I'm sure she is. Thanks so much. There's another guy, fella Lather. How you doing, Al? How's things weighing up with you? Last time it weren't good, but anyway, it's up to you if you want to let us know. But my love to Keris as well. Cheers, Al. Much love, mate. Fireworks. Can't wait, can they? Some people just can't wait to show off. Here she is, of course. Without failure, it's our Charlie. Charlotte Fairclough Boyle is in the house, guys. How you doing, love? You all eat me out, cocker. Thanks, Charlotte. Really appreciate it. Thanks for your support. You're amazing. How you doing, UK? You as well, mate. Honestly. Thanks so much. It means a lot. DJ Samuel, how you doing? Sound. DJ Hertz as well. Good evening to you. I wasn't late, Yvonne. You always say that, but I'm usually on time these days. And I'm getting more punctual as well. Okay, mate, no worries. Yeah, I know the score. But yeah, thanks for popping in anyway, saying hello. But yeah, nice one there, and I'll speak to you soon. There's a gentleman for you. And we all know Plod, don't we? We all know him as not just a complete bastard, but the best auditor in the world. Prove me wrong. I've been saying it for so long now, and no one else. Hiya, Mike. I got your email. Mike, bear with me, mate. Thank you. Thanks for coming in, mate. And of course, you're welcome on. All right, I'm okay, love. Did you like that? Charlotte. Bikers there, of course. Won't be long before my partner in crime is on. Sparky! What, bruv? Sparky's there, guys. Don't forget Sparky's channel. I'm pretty sure all of you sub to him who's in this chat tonight. I'm pretty sure you are. If you're not, what you playing at? There's Claire, look. There she is. There she is. Right. Okay, that didn't take long. I think I'm getting less popular. I mean, I'm such a big head. I just want to be this big man guy, big guy, celebrity person. And it's just not getting there for me. Maybe I'm portraying myself as something I'm not meant to be. Anyway, Steph, I thought you'd be in. Right, I'm going to put the link in for my brilliant co-host and my brilliant friend, who is the one and only, as you know. Mike, let's just see how things go, mate, just for now. I don't rush into things anymore. I like you. Please come on anyway in a bit. Let's have a chat. So there's the link. MP Gamer, hello. So yeah, listen, a lot of you have probably got plans for tomorrow, bonfire night, whatever you want to call it, fireworks and all that. They're already going off around here. You know, people can't wait. People who show off, things like that. I paid £200 for a rocket. Come into my back garden and watch it go, man. I'm so popular. I've known loads of people like that. Honestly, what a waste of money. But it's nice when you see them, you know, for free, especially where I live, in a high rise, 100 feet high. Superb view. Hiya, Mike, I've seen you. Bikers there. Is that? No, I don't think it is. Right, just give me 2 secs, guys. I think it is. Right, just give me 2 secs. Yeah. Mike? 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 Echo.
Hello?
Mike, turn whatever other device you've got on off. Mike, turn whatever other device you've got on off.
Sorry about that, Dino.
That's. Thank you, mate. Thanks. If that's you, mate, just double sure. Right. That can't be cesspit. No, I've got. If that's you, Biker, please double sure. Thank you. Right.
Nigger.
Okay. Madness.
Who the fuck was that then?
Came in a cesspit, and I'm thinking, nah, that wouldn't happen. But I have noticed on back screen, like that came up then, and the actual screen, not and the logo itself was like kind of faded in colour, not in as much detail. It makes sense, but anyway, how you doing? Hey up, guys. Hey up, Biker. Hey up, Mike.
You're right. How's it going?
Good evening, everybody. Chat. Thanks to those that said good evening back to me. Appreciate that. Those that didn't, headlines.
Well, what have you been up to then? Did you say you just got back, have you?
Well, was that to me, Mike? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Dino.
Yeah,
did you say you just got back or something?
Yeah, I've just been on a break. I've got away for a couple of weeks. I've been visiting a few friends. Got quite a few friends down south.
Good. Nice to get away, isn't it?
It's nice to get away, and absolutely, and especially where you know you got real friends. You know.
No, good, man, good.
So it doesn't matter how far or how long. It's always going to be worth it for me. So because around here, you know, times ran out, things have run out. You know, So, but luckily for me, and because of YouTube, I've met some real friends, and I can say that because I've met them, speak to them on a regular basis, and even like yourself, Mike. Now, I even said to a friend, I know I've not met you, but like I'm getting regular people on here now. Like, for example, Mike Carroll, who comes on as well.
Yeah.
Like a different kettle of fish are coming on, like, and I just feel more connected. But when you meet people like who I know down south, who I've known for a long time, it feels really nice, especially when there's not much going on for you where you are now, you know. So I feel lucky, to be honest, and obviously Biker, has been around a long time for me as well. So yeah, it's been great support. Steph's backstage as well, and Snowy, I want to say hello to as well. 1967. I am good, mate, and thanks for sticking around for so long as well. So many people in here who've been around for a long time. So for me, that says a lot in itself. These people would know whether to stick around or not. And Patsy as well. How are you doing, Pats? Absolutely, Charlotte. Absolutely right. So yeah, I'm lucky to have such good friends, and I've been on a break, Mike, for a couple of weeks down south, where I have many people who are just simply genuine and real, and will do anything for you. Which them ingredients alone are classed as a real friend to me.
No, that's good. That Dana, just a quick one. I got a notification the other day. No, I subscribed to the channel or whatever. It's saying they've all been put on hold. Is that right? Do you know about that?
Yeah, I have been asked that. What's happened is there was a certain video that was put up, and it was the one that it millions views. And I never really look at my channel, but last time I looked, it was 16 million views, and apparently it went up to 26.
Yeah.
It's been taken down, so YouTube have stopped me being monetized, so I won't get paid for this tonight or any other video in the near future until the appeal gets sorted out. Right. It's all because of that video. But I did state it's not my video, it was sent to me, blah blah blah. It comes from somewhere else, and they left it up for so long. It's been up there for Biker, 8 months.
It's been up there a while, yeah.
And they've just decided now to take it down and punish me by saying you won't get paid for any video you do from now on, and we're going to stop your membership thing. So YouTube have done that. I haven't.
But you've appealed it anyway, so you get it back on you.
It's being sorted out tomorrow. I'm having we're having a little meeting tomorrow about it. Then we can get it sorted out for next week. But yeah. A bit of a doubt, but well, not really. But I mean, why is it taking so long to do that? Why didn't they do it straight under new guidelines and policies?
It's basically, yeah.
All that. Anyway, it wasn't my video. If it would have been my video, I'd have been gutted. But
yeah,
that's that, and it won't be long. It'll be a matter of a week or two at the most before things get back to normal.
No, that's good. When I seen that, I thought, oh no, I thought you may have been took off completely, but then I seen your video still up there, so I was like, thank God he hasn't been took off. No, there's just that many fucking dickheads around, as they say, your crinkle and that who would like try and do the best in it to fuck the channel up, but
yeah. Well, I'm lucky in that respect because I've got two great guys who look after my channel. Why?
Yeah, good.
Technical wise, management wise, he couldn't possibly penetrate this. So it was YouTube new guidelines and policies. They're changing them every fucking 6 months.
Yeah.
Basically, all they want nowadays is frigging videos of. I saw one the other day. Someone brought it to my light, and I'm looking at the figures. I'm going 2.6 million views. Friggin' what? 26 million, and it was about Hoovers.
Yeah.
It was about Henry the Hoover and attacking a Dyson Hoover and turning it into like a comedy horror thing. And all these views, and I think, fucking hell, and you're here trying your best to fucking brainstorm with people and get mentally drained after it, and these guys just get an Uber out and get fucking loads of views and get paid lots of money for it.
Fucking mad, isn't it? Mad, isn't it? Mad.
But yet you can't share someone else's video because they don't agree with TikTok. I think that's the bottom line with it. With that, it came from
when's your Dyson Hoover turning up and your Henry Hoover turning up?
Honestly,
do your own video.
I just want to check this is Steph. 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 Steph.
I'm glitching a little bit on my phone. I want to go on my PC, but I don't have a camera on that.
Right, I want to see your little ugly mug. Come on, where is it? That was, hang on, that was too fast.
I don't know if you lot can hear me.
I know it's her. Yeah, we can, but I want to see your face.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm already on the live stream.
Right. Thank you. I can't take any risks anymore. Anyway, Steph's here.
Hi, Steph. You all right?
Why is he frozen?
Because he's cold. Listen, Bright, I don't know why you're there. You're not coming on, so go away. I'm telling you right now.
Because I'm really glitching on my phone, so I wanted to go on my PC, but I don't have a webcam on my PC, so I can't turn the camera on.
It's all right.
So I'm gonna go click on the link now to join the stream on my PC.
Yeah.
I will. But I'll tell you what you'll see. It'll be Mr. Fizz, and it will be a picture of a man, with his arms crossed, with a badger head.
No worries, Steph. Steph's always been weird. But been around for a long time.
Not weird. It's what did they call it nowadays? A certain individual.
Yeah. What's the word? What do you call it? Eccentric.
Yeah. Unique.
Yeah.
Unique.
Absolutely. Well, we're all unique. Absolutely.
Well, we are in our own way, yeah.
Can I just say, listen, Bright, there's no point, okay? I don't know why you're here. Well, I do, but there's no point. So go away, please. Just want to check that out. Thank you.
Hey, do you know, I met an old friend today, 20 years ago. He was an apprentice who was a year below me. He's from Australia. Well, he emigrated to Australia, and he's come to see family this weekend. I got to see him today after 20 years. It was quite I wouldn't say emotional, but it was nice to see him. You know what I mean? Nice to see him after 20 years of him living in Australia. So, very good little chat, like, so yeah, nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But
Independent Puppy, thanks for coming in, mate, and thanks for all your nice comments. Thanks for watching my vids. Your support, superb, and so the Hoover thing's coming out. A few new names as well, as always. The Nibbled Biscuit. Hey, what's your favourite biscuit? Joseph Benoit. Really? Did we did that without a camera when we 10? Henrietta 1. Okay. Right. Jay Bully, what happened to the Gypsy Auditor? I don't know. I don't follow him, so I don't know. You tell me. Jay Bully. That's a good name, isn't it? Isn't it? Tinfoil hat. Yeah, it was Claire. That was funny. I remember that, the tinfoil hat. Back in, I can't turn my camera. I can't turn my camera because... Right.
I'm sorry about that. It's because for some reason my phone has like an issue, so it's not connecting. So I keep glitching out. I was going to come on my PC anyway, but I don't have a webcam for it.
Why the badger, Ed?
Because my logo's a badger, so kind of makes sense.
Oh.
Biker, come on. We know what it's like. Honestly, it's part of this show. Steph is an absolute gem. This
is my new it's called a PNG YouTuber, yeah. So every time I'm making a video, right, this is in the little corner. So if you go check it out, I posted one today and I'm in the corner like this. We're not with the background though. I just added the background so it's not just like a black screen.
I was going to say, why are you in an air raid shelter?
So that's why I am now, PNG YouTuber.
Dean, who's just thinking trouble.
I don't know why my phone for some reason struggles so bad with connecting. So it just I couldn't hear a word none of you were saying because it was just glitching. I'm just like, I'm just going to yell into the mic and hope you lot hear me. But I don't think you did though. Yeah, I went on somebody else's live yesterday.
Yeah, Sparky's just said you went on his.
Yeah. I can
so
do
make it move every time you speak then?
Yeah.
Right.
It's basically what it is it's a still image, and then when it gets to a certain volume, it switches. So one's mouth open, closed.
Looks like it's changing heads.
Yeah. But I can make it move around and bounce about.
Very good. What program did you use to make that
then? I made the image myself, and then I'm using I have to use a combination of OBS and also something called VDub Mini.
Never heard of it.
What's going on here, Dino? What is that?
I'm sorry. Just give me a minute.
Do you want to see me do a flip?
Do a flip, come on.
Hold on. See if I can. Maybe you can't do it, I don't know. No, I can't do a flip. I don't know the controls fully yet. I remember myself was around though.
Right. Steph, you've just hammered me. I couldn't have wished for anything better, to be honest with you. I needed that. You don't realise how much so. Talk about timing.
Oh my lord.
But that's my alarm sound as well. Who's with that?
Yeah, they all have the same sounds, don't they?
Right, next subject. Okay, what have you been up to this week? I hope you've all had a great week, by the way. I'm looking forward to something this weekend, or the best that you can make it, these days. Things are getting worse, aren't they, to be honest with you? I'm hoping Trevor will come in, Trevor Random. I'd love Trevor's opinion on recent political events. That'd be nice. Watch out for the speeding badger.
Go watch out for him being bombed.
You lot, I'm telling you. You're putting me off being a horse there, UK. Good job it's not a rabbit vibrator. I know what you mean by that. Okay. Which one do you use?
Excuse me.
No, that's fine.
That, Steph.
Badger on the loose.
What?
Was that you then?
That was Mike. Yeah. Burping on here. That's so. Gosh. Burp away, Mike. Do whatever you want on here. What does everyone think about loony Joe Biden? Sorry. Loony Joe Biden. If he's a politician, he's a prick. That's what I think. I don't even know him. That's all I need to know. He's there. He's Trevor. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing, Trev? Good to see you. Yeah. This new cabinet of power now. First time Asian descent prime minister and all that. It's. I've heard this stuff as well going on in Kent with the asylum seekers, immigration problem. There's a lot of shit going on, and it's accelerating.
Bad, and it's bad. I mean, what I've seen on the TV, it's like they were. I think it was in Essex. They were protesting because of the living conditions and the food they were being served. But bear in mind, they've been living in tents.
Yeah. You're right, mate. They've actually been complaining. They've come over, let's say illegally, and they've come over complaining about the service that they're getting. Doing a fucking Premier Inn or a Holiday Inn and like they're fucking moaning about that.
I know. Bear in mind, they've been living in tents, not getting any food and that, and then they're complaining and stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's like, okay, they've come into the country, but paying, get jobs, paying to the system. It should be done like Australia, shouldn't it? You want to come into the UK, you get vetted. And that's it. If you've got the valuable skills that we need, then you get in. But like, look at Australia. If you go to Australia on a boat, they turn you around, say go back, sort of thing. No, and it's not racist. It's just saying no. There's only so many people who can come into the country. You know what I mean? There's only so many. Do it the right way, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people forget it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Subtly, and now it's accelerating. People don't realise how long it's been like dripping in.
But the problem is, Dino, is the fact that like you've got the energy crisis, we've got everything's going up in price, but no. So the people who have lived here all their life, paying into the system, who are now struggling, we've got to struggle, haven't we? But you've got people coming into the country now who haven't paid in the system, and we're getting put up in hotels that we pay £200 a day for, or a night to stay in.
Exactly,
but then it's not good enough for them. It's not good enough for them. So hold on a minute. If it's good enough for us to pay £200 a night in, how is it not good enough for them? It just doesn't make sense, does it?
It's taking the piss, really, but it's who's allowing it to happen.
But then,
the obviously we got the power to stop any country from like going to war with us and things like that. It was so powerful. But yet they're making out like, oh, we can't stop this. It's like, oh God, we got to let it happen. Well, no, just put a stop to it because it's run its course. For me, it's like a revolution.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at statistics now for how many migrants have come via small
For
boats.
them.
Right. 2018, 299 came in 1 year. 2019,
No, man.
1,843. 2020, there were 8,466. 2021, there were 28,500. 2022, it's 39,000 and counting.
No,
But yeah, they're still saying, you know, what shall we, you know, they still make out as if they need to put a stop to it and things like that because people are moaning about it. So they're going to say, right, how do we deal with the people? Because they're moaning about it because they can see what's going on. Like, they're not that stupid. Well, we'll make this up and pretend that we're fucking doing something about it. And they've always done that in politics about everything. And we let it happen because we believe in the fucking bullshit and lies. But, you know, for me, for now, it's gone completely out of hand. And I'm not being funny, right? But I love people. I don't care whatever. We're too scared to say anything today. I'm not racist, you know. And even when you say that, people say, yeah, but he's only said that because he's racist. You get all that. And that.
Yeah, you get all that now, don't you? It's
you know
crazy,
what I mean?
I'm not racist. Oh, you are because you just said that. So
it's
you're not
like,
allowed to say that.
I've got a friend who's black. He's only said he's got a friend who's black because he's. And it's like you can't fucking win. You know what I mean? Come on. I mean, Luke, I'm not being funny, right? I think there's going to be major trouble in near future. I really do. On the ground. Compared to past ideologies and things like that, we're only going back 100 years, really. This would never have happened. No way. There were wars over this. There was religious. We've got an Asian prime minister. There was wars over all this. Things like that. Bloodline. The Queen's just gone, by the way, and things like that. A lot of changes are going on. You know. But this wouldn't have happened 100 years ago. There was that much white extremism, really. I suppose.
Yeah.
In one
Well,
sense.
what I heard up at on neck of the woods, sorry, Dina, was in Hoyley. They had the guys who were training to use the hovercrafts, the Royal RNI, or you know, like the lifeguards who like used the hovercraft up our neck of the woods. They were staying in a hotel. They had all of the bags packed and stuff that were in reception. They got thrown out of the hotel for migrants who just come into the country. You know what I mean? These are the guys who rescued them or would rescue them in the, you know, if they needed them. And they got thrown out of a hotel. And it's like, that's not right, that. It's just not right at all, is it? You know what I mean? Just to make way for these migrants. And then what I heard as well is, because they only had 32-inch tellies in the rooms, they all protested because they wanted bigger tellies. So what happened? They went out and got 50-inch tellies to keep them happy, you know what I mean? It's like
it's taking the piss, to be honest with you, because
when
I was a kid, it was happening, and then it was the corner shop, and we did call it the packy shop, and we, you know, and things like that, and they were so happy to help. They came over here for a reason, to work the bollocks off, to fit in with our culture.
Yeah, but that's different. No, that was part of the the Queen's, what's the word now? I forgot the word. They were invited at the end of the day to come and work in the country, but these are immigrants who were all right, fair enough, that they're coming here for a better life, but don't take the piss. Don't say, oh, we're not happy with the living conditions. Bear in mind, you've come from places which were war-torn countries where you may have got killed, but you know, don't take the piss. You know, you've come here uninvited. We're going to take you in. You know what I mean? We're taking you in. Just be grateful.
It's like they found paradise and they want more than that. So it's taking the fucking piss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But look who's caused it. You know, look at the man in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, fucking ridiculous, and you know, people still look up to these people. Fucking ridiculous.
I mean, the one is all right. Okay, they come here, right? And they say, yeah, we're coming here for a better life, but then they try and bring their beliefs here to say, well, this isn't good enough for our beliefs. But then their beliefs is what caused their problem in the first place. So don't come here and then try and bring your beliefs. You're coming here for a better life. because of our beliefs, because of how we choose to live. But don't come here to bring your beliefs, because that's what's caused your issues or problems anyway. If that makes sense, without being horrible.
No,
or you know what I mean? It's not,
no,
it's
it
not.
does, it does, mate. We're being
Yeah.
taken the piss out of.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got to be brave to come out with stuff like we're saying now these days. You've got to be, but it's like, no, I won't shut up. It's not fair on other people who are not brave enough to come out with them themselves, you know.
Well, what's not fair
let's
is
keep
the fact
them,
that what's not fair
alert about it.
What's not fair is the fact you've got people in this country who have lived here, born and bred, paid into the system, fell upon hard times, who are now homeless, who don't get nothing, right? They don't even get given a house or a flat or nothing. They live on the streets. But then you've got people who come here from another country on a boat, who get put up in a hotel, food, the lot. But then, what? So, you know what I mean? It's not right, is it? Because the people who were born and bred here don't get no help. And
no, that's true. I've said it in the past. It's ridiculous how accepting we are. Like, I mean, before food banks. So I'll use food banks as a starting point. So before food banks, there was homelessness, but not on the scale it is today. Yeah,
no, not today. But nothing happens.
They
don't get put up in hotels, do they? At the end of the day.
They thought, hang on, I'm not paying for it. Let's get other people to pay for it. So whatever they shop for, they might be able to drop a couple of tins of beans into that little basket there, and we call it a food bank. So when these homeless people come along, we can give them food for free after they apply for it, and things like that. We shouldn't have food banks. Why do we have food banks? We're a wealthy, it's money no object type country, continent, stroke world, really.
Yeah.
You know, money's printed, man-made. So why do we have food banks? It's part of that agenda, isn't it? So, yeah. But you never see an immigrant person sleeping in a doorway. I haven't yet.
No, I haven't. Only a British-born pedestrian or.
I've seen false beggars who you can tell. I've seen Albanians. Trevor will back me up on this. And they sit there and they always put a sign up, please help hungry, God bless. Yeah. So when you see signs like that, it's like, nah, for me, you know. Taking the piss, whether it's begging or in a hotel or whatever, but they're never permanently in a doorway. But you always see the guys who were born, bred here, okay, they fucked up or whatever, they got themselves into some kind of state or whatever and ended up on heroin and shit like that.
It's not just that, no, Dino, it's not just because they're on drugs. It's nowadays, I mean, if someone comes out of a job nowadays and can't afford to pay their rent, then they're made homeless. So
yeah, I've seen it.
You don't have to be on drugs.
I've been to one myself.
But then, I actually paid into the system all their lives, but then the system won't help them unless they come on a boat. That's the only way you're going to get seen to and put in a hotel, unless, and it's sad because it shouldn't be. It should be look after your own before others, you know what I mean? And it may sound bad or sad, but no, it is what it is, isn't it? It's. Sorry, Dino. Didn't mean to cut in.
No, mate. Honestly, it's all about, I always said it, freedom of speech on here. You say what you want and people are respectful on here, so they'll always let you speak, so.
No, but like you say, I mean, if I lost my job now, I'd be about a month or two before I was made homeless myself. So, because no one's got savings now, we're going through an energy crisis, food crisis, the lot. You know what I mean? So,
we shouldn't be though, should we? To be honest with you.
Sorry.
I mean, why are we being? That's a bit strange to me. I just find that strange. Because we can build. We are building. It's all. It doesn't have to be this problem. I don't understand.
Well, we had COVID. We had COVID first, and now everything just seems to be a crisis. First of all, it was food crisis, then an energy crisis. Now it's in the news. Now is immigration crisis because people are trying to get into the country. But
Yeah.
it's just everything at the moment just seems to be a crisis. We don't need a crisis. We just want solutions.
So like this war, what's been going on, right? So most people will read the paper or watch the news or whatever. So probably at least 50% of what you're reading and watching is propaganda and bullshit and lies. But people believe in that, so things like that. But does anybody know actually what the war is about?
Well, is it about Russia just taking more land off Ukraine? I think.
No, I don't understand why Russia and Ukraine. What's the beef there? I don't get it.
You know what?
But
You know what makes me laugh
the world
though?
market. It's affecting.
Go on, Dina. You know, you see who's the president of Ukraine? What's his name? Do you know? But every time I see him on the news now, right? Know what's weird though? It's like we're on live chat now. Every time he comes online, he's got some background, like it's a green screen. Like he got a white halo around him, like he's on a green, like he's not even there. Does that make sense to anyone else?
Yeah, but apparently he's been in films and stuff. They're all fucking Hollywood style actors. It's all a fuck. This is what I mean. I don't know. Conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
it's just a big show.
He's not in this war.
Fucking years ago. What's happening?
Like he stood somewhere and he's got all the scenery behind him, but he's not actually there because it's like a green screen. It's to me, it's like that's a bit false. It's looking a bit false at the moment. You know what I mean? So how true it is, I don't know, but it's been brought to my attention. So
Vladimir Zelensky, that's his name.
Yeah, but if you see him in now,
that's the one.
Like he's got a green screen behind him, and he's not actually in where he is. You know what I mean? So you don't know what to believe, do you? What's the news now? Wow. Russia, I think Russia believes that we blew up their gas lines or something, don't they?
Yeah, it's same old shit. I think it's wearing thin now with me. Oil, gas. Fucking nuclear weapons, all that shit.
You got North Korea kicking off now, haven't you?
It's just all that power, fear, control, divide, same shit, different generation. Paul, I've not heard that, but that's wow. So they're saying they're gay, so they don't get sent back because it can't be proven they're accepted. Paul, put that in a different way.
Check their internet history. See what they've been looking at.
I just want to say hello to everyone who's come in as well. Non-violent extremist Mick Brown. I've seen James as well, James Jameson.
But then the other thing is, I mean, Dino, is we got all these people coming in on boats, but they're all men. They're all blokes.
There you go.
Right. No one's checked the history. They don't know where they come from. Have they caused murder? Have they committed murder in the other countries? You just don't know, do you? But what do you say, Eddie? There's 36,000 this year.
39,000 and counting so far.
So as they're all males, right? We have a population, right? Say it's 50-50 male to female, right? We've got more males coming in. That's taking more. At the end of the day, if there's not enough females to cope with the population now, you know what I mean? It's just it just doesn't add up, does it? No, when they're leaving, if they're all males, they're leaving all the females behind. It's just
why do they do that though? Because they say it's because they're living.
Sorry, just a quick button, because I'm going to nip off. James, thanks for that. I do watch him. He's brilliant. I've mentioned his channel before,
watch him,
and I think you should all sub to that guy. He's fucking brilliant. His videos are only short. You'll never get bored of them. He doesn't drag anything on it. He's sweet, short, nipped straight in the bud. Check his channel out. I'm sure someone will put his link up. I'll leave you guys to it for a minute. We'll let the Badger, the Bar, and the Biker carry on for a minute. See you in a bit.
No, it didn't. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't add up, does it? The amount of men coming into the country compared to what men and women are here already, it's just never going to, not going to work.
Josh says.
Well, it's been proven that they've come across and they're saying that the children, 14, 15-year-old, and then, they've believed them and they put them in schools. And when, it's actually come about after DNA tests and everything else that they have to take, they're 20, 22-year-old. And they've been in classrooms with 14 and 15-year-olds. There's something seriously fucking wrong there. Definitely.
No, that's not good, mate. It's not good at all. But the other one I've heard is you've got these kids coming into the country, right, to be taught, to be taught, and then a year later they go back to their countries and they bring other kids in. So the teachers are like, well, you're not the same person as I taught last year, but you're under the same name and age. You know what I mean? And that's just not right, is it? It's not right. How can you be a different kid from year to year without people picking up on it? But it's happening. You know what I mean? So,
well, in my opinion, it needs to stop now. And that is it.
It does. And this is the thing, is you got to look at it like we get called the bad names because we're the ones being exploited. But if we were the ones to do it to their country, we wouldn't be allowed to. We wouldn't be allowed to set what they call it, foot in the country. They wouldn't allow it, but we do. But then we're the bad ones for allowing it and letting it happen.
If we tried it, they'd probably just kill us immediately.
Sorry?
If we tried to go do what they're doing to us, like you just said, they'd probably just shoot us immediately.
Well, this is it. We would. We'd be persecuted. But then we let it happen, and it goes on. But then as soon as we get onto it or say something, we're classed as racist, and that it's not good, is it? We've always got that noose over our head to say, "Oh, you're racist." No, we're not. We're not racist.
No, I think with the figures, I mean, in 3.5 years, it's gone from 289 to 39,000. There's so much seriously going on there.
Because they get taught in their country how to exploit our system. That's the old tall and short of it. They know what to say before they even make their way here.
You're right, Trev. Sorry, Trev. Sorry. Thanks, Biker. Sorry. Right, absolutely great points, guys, and it's all true. It's just what we're seeing and speaking out about. We shouldn't be too scared to do that.
Yeah, but they know what to say.
It's getting ridiculous, getting worse.
Yeah, they know what to say. They get told.
It's going to turn into a fucking street fight. It really is. It's going to turn out into all like people keep saying, "Oh, there's going to be a civil war and things like that." No, it won't be a civil war. It's just going to be mayhem and pure fucking
it's not
violence.
that as well. But it's like these council states now where the immigration population are put in. Like you may have one British person in there, and as soon as he mentions something or says something, they all then pick on him. They all get together because that's just the way they I don't know. They get together, don't they? They all whatever. They all talk to each other, and then the next minute, this one person who's from Britain, who's lived here his life, they pick on him because he said one thing, and then all of a sudden his windows get bricked, and he's forced to leave. And it's
the amount of red tape you've got to jump though just to immigrate to say America. It takes years to get citizenship in America.
Yeah.
So why can't we have something like that?
Well, we should have, shouldn't we, at the end of the day? We should. But because we're part of this Commonwealth, that's the word I was looking for. Because we're part of the Commonwealth, anyone's welcome, or part of the Commonwealth is welcome, aren't they? So,
I think they're using the politics as a disguise compared to what the modern politics are now. The Commonwealth, the British Empire, all that nonsense, it's all gone. It's all gone. They're still using it. NHS, that's a brand name. That's gone. They're just using it as a... It's all gone. They're using the past.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the new future's coming in. And like Trevor said before, it isn't going to stop. It's going to take over. And that's it. What do you do from that point? And that's why I think there won't be a civil war, because there can't be. Not anymore, anyway. I just think there'll be blood and violence, like Enoch Powell said. Rivers of blood. I just think that's how it's going to be. People are getting more and more, even people who, like ourselves, who welcome this in. You welcome it in, and then you think, hang on a minute, what's going on here? No, you're taking the piss, and they're taking the piss. Who do I trust in now? Like my government, them? No, you're all taking the piss out of me. And we welcome these guys in because of what you told us and you would work it all out. And you haven't done it. You've lied to us. And you're making it even worse. It's fucking ridiculous. And
You've only got to look at these.
Do anything about it because they're scared to shit.
Yeah. But you've only got to look at these. You know these cop shows that have turned up on ITV3 and all that? And you get the police, they go to like incidents, don't they? Right? As soon as you got like British people or British guys kicking off, they go in, mob-handed, they arrest them all, right? They get arrested and they get charged. You get an not Asian, but you get an ethnic minority group kicking off. They're all fucking step back. They don't want to do nothing, do they? They just sat there in case something happens, but they don't want to go in because it'll just kick off. But they won't do nothing about it. But it's different if you, like, live here or you're British, you know what I mean? It's totally different. You don't want to cause a riot, as they say.
For me, I know it sounds
minorities.
I know it sounds a bit far out, right? But we're talking about like you're this and you're that and everything like that. But I just think we're all human beings at the end of the day.
We're all human beings at the end.
And they're using all, because we all like certain people from wherever they are, and they're turning it into like a fucking race war. That's how they want it. Trevor will make more sense about it.
Makes sense.
Come on, Trevor, you're the only sane person on here.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How are we all? Well, I think I know how we all are, really. We're all pissed off, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually witnessed a boat landing with Liam T in Dungeness, and let me tell you, having watched this happen numerous times on videos, actually seeing it in reality and speaking to the RNLI people and the locals, wow, what an eye-opener. On the day that me and Liam were there, I would say the boat that came in, there was about 30, 40 on there. I would say the vast majority, probably 80%, Albanian. And they're wearing designer gear, North Face, Nike, Adidas. And as they're being processed, being handed bottles of water to wash their feet, some of them were popping passports, wads of money, jewellery into these bags before they were popped on a coach to be processed. One of them said, "Oh, I have a headache." And he said, "Don't worry, you'll see a nurse in a minute." Now, I try to ring my doctor pretty much on a daily basis. If you don't get through in the first 2 seconds, you haven't got an appointment. I've wanted to see my doctor for the last 2 weeks. I've given up ringing up now. I'm thinking of going there on Monday, just turning up on the door rather than trying to ring up. Meanwhile, these chaps are in 4 and now 5-star hotels, luxury mansions. And if the Wi-Fi isn't good enough, they go outside and start stabbing people, or they go up on the roof. Or as what happened the other day, well, I don't know if it's because it was shonky Wi-Fi, but they're now raping 15-year-old boys in these hotels. Now, I'm not a racist, and they'd love us to all be racist. That's the card they throw at us all. This is nothing to do with race. I don't care where they're from. I do care that they're coming from war-torn Albania. I'm joking as I say that. They are here to take. And that's what they're going to do. And this government is give. And this is not going to stop. It is not going to stop. All I can suggest to people is that you lock your doors, be very vigilant, keep an eye on those local hotels, because they do come out to go to the shops because they get given vouchers. And off they go to the local Tesco's and Sainsbury's with these vouchers to buy food. Some of them are also working part-time as Uber, Delivery Eats and Just Eats. So these people dropping your burgers round are flighty people.
I am British. Sorry, Trevor. I couldn't get that one. I never mentioned your nationality, mate. Where does race come into it? I'm old school. I'm 60 years old, and I've always had the view. You know, back in the day, I went on anti-Nazi rallies and all sorts of things. You know, I don't like Nazi, and I don't like racism. I don't like any of these things. It's nothing to do with race at this point now. These are fighting age young men escaping criminal prosecution in some cases. I heard a story of a guy that spent 5 years in prison in France. Then he was on a boat when he got released, and he's in England now. So essentially, what's happened here is this has been going on for, God, at least 3 years, really. What happened last week with the guy setting fire to the fence, and that's all he did, set fire to the fence. On the Saturday before, we had record numbers coming to Dover, record numbers. On the Sunday, he goes and sets fire to the fence. On the Monday, mainstream media are on it, and it hasn't stopped since that Monday. And now that the mainstream media are whipping this up, the Mail, the Sun, you know, the usual suspects, we're getting to a very dangerous point. I don't want to be a scaremonger. I really don't. I don't. But
I think we should
everything I'm hearing about these people is everything I'm hearing about these people. They don't like us. They don't like us.
No,
they really don't.
You're right.
And I feel sorry for any real refugees that are trying to get into this country, because this lot are economic migrants. They are chancers. And they're getting away with it. And if they're not happy, they go up on the roof and have a little protest. In Marsden, that camp is overflowing, according to the government. The government has said it's out of control, according to the government. The government are actually saying it's an invasion now. I've said it's an invasion from day one. It's an invasion, and we're all paying for it. And that's the reason why we're in the shit we are now, where I'm sitting here going, I can't turn the cooker on because I'm too scared I'm going to run out of electric. I'm sat here with one light on and the TV and the internet. That's it. And the phone. I am minimal.
They'll never get them thoughts. They demand more.
No, they are actually getting Xboxes and flat screen TVs.
It's ridiculous. It's coming out of our pockets, right?
And if you say anything, you go, oh, you're a racist. No, I'm not a fucking racist. What I'm worried about is a bunch of people with a very different ideology. Oh, I can't even say the word. They're very different to us. Yeah, very different to us. They have very different religions, very different morals, very different standards. They're not English. And by me saying that sounds racist, doesn't it?
No,
I'm digging myself a bigger hole here.
Trevor, to be honest with you, it doesn't. I mean, it does according to the way people have been programmed, like you say, racist, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, these people who will probably go against someone who probably say, oh, he's racist, will think similar thoughts themselves. So
Well, it's the same shit they use.
It can't be about racism. Can't
It's
be.
the same. It's the same shit they use with us to shut us down. They go, "Oh, conspiracy theory, conspiracy theory." Yeah. Well, we all know about those conspiracy theory guys, don't we? Look at what's happening. And now they want a bloody amnesty on the damn thing. We're never going to forget. We're never, ever going to forget. Have that image of the Queen sat in that church on her own at her husband's funeral. Stick that in your head and think about that for a little bit longer. And remember, Boris was having a lovely party while that was going on. Champagne corks popping, sending people down to the co-op to get more booze. This government definitely don't care about our health or our safety. That is abundantly clear. And this swinging door of politicians we've got. Who's in this week? Who's Prime Minister this week? Who's Home Secretary this week? It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And the fact that Rishi Sunak got to be Prime Minister on the day of Diwali, coincidence?
Yeah.
I don't believe in them things.
Have you heard the new thing from the government? Like they've commandeered hotels to house immigrants.
Yeah.
Yeah, now offering all private landlords.
Oh, yes. Serco are rubbing their hands together here on this one. Private landlords will have everything paid for them. Council tax, electricity, gas, water, everything paid by the government. And have a look. If you do a deep dive into Serco, then you'll find out loads of members of the government are shareholders and on the board of directors of different companies connected to Serco. So they're coining it on this. And the Tories know they're on their way out. They're on their way out. And they're making hay while the sun shines.
Fortune out of this. An absolute fortune.
Yep.
And what's going to happen there is the people that are looking for homes, there's not enough council homes, so the council will put them into private tenancies and everything else. That's not going to be there because the council aren't going to pay the prices. The landlords are not going to accept that because of the prices that they've been offered to take in immigrants. It's obvious they're not going to do it. So you're going to end up with more people on the streets and more immigrants in social housing.
Yep.
All homeless people should go invade the camps.
Well, I said that homeless people should be knocking on the doors of these hotels saying, "Hello, can I get my room, please?" And every one of them could call themselves Mohammed, and they'd be let in with VIP treatment. And here's your flat screen TV, and here's your Xbox, and here's your vouchers. And wait there while we process your claim. Oh, did you say you were gay? Oh, that's a shame. You can't go back to Albania then. Oh, you can stay. Oh, I'm a transgender. Oh, you can stay as well. Let's have everybody here. Well, physically, this island isn't big enough for all these people. And talking about Ireland, have a look what's happening in Ireland. Wow, it's out of control over there. Out of control.
Just while it's been brought up, Trev, what do you think of the...
Sorry, I went off on one there.
Tony's coming in with some great comments.
Tony's spot on. The WEF are running the show, Tony. That's what this is all about. That's why Sunak was put into position. That's why Truss was only put in for her temporary position just while we got the funeral out the way and stuff like that. You couldn't have an Indian stood at the funeral. That's not a good look. Bring him in later on. I always knew Sunak was going to get in because he's controlled. Well, he's a WEF. Well, so is she. I mean, most of them are. And this is all part of their sick agenda. And it's evil what they're doing. Absolutely evil. And the sooner people wake up to this, the better. This your own nothing and be happy, eat bugs, nonsense, absolute nonsense. While they fly around in private jets and eat pate de foie gras, stop it. It's hypocritical nonsense. Greta Thunberg should be strung up. She's a communist agitator who's made turn children into... Well, they're all messed up. They think the world's going to end in 10 years. It's absolute nonsense. There's more CO2 coming off the ocean than there is anything else. What are you going to do about that? Tax the fish? Stop it. It's nonsense.
Yeah, look at all this disaster, what's happening compared to what they used to say what was going to happen today 20, 30 years
mate,
ago.
when I was at school in the 70s, it was, London to be underwater, you have to swim to school and all this nonsense. It's been going on for years. It's a money-making scheme. Don't forget, British Petroleum were the ones that actually came up with the term carbon footprint. And they only came up with that term to make us all feel guilty while they carried on doing what they do. And that term carbon footprint is bounded around like there's no tomorrow. I've got to reduce my carbon footprint. Carbon footprint. Carbon footprint is nonsense. Nonsense.
Putting the price up each year.
Carrier bag, 5p, 10p, 30p for a carrier bag. While I go to Sainsbury's, I'm paying 30p for a carrier bag to advertise your shop. I don't think that's happening. I go in there with a bag that says F off on it.
Yeah, but you know what? To add insult to injury, if you live in Wales, you pay 5p or whatever for a bag, but that goes towards your free prescriptions. We don't get that in England.
Goes towards what?
Free prescriptions.
Does it fuck? Does it fuck?
We don't get that in England.
Does it fuck?
It does. In Wales, you get free prescriptions in Wales, but we don't get free prescriptions in England. We've got to pay for our prescriptions in England.
Really? Well, no, we have to pay for our prescriptions, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've always paid for my prescriptions here.
Well, that's part of that. They don't give a shit about our health or safety, do they?
But you don't have to in Wales. But the 5p in Wales towards a plastic bag pays for free prescriptions, but it doesn't in England.
I know you have to pay for inhalers because both my mum's got inhalers and so does my aunt, and both of them have to pay like 50 something for their inhalers.
But I bet Mohammed, who's just popped off the boat, says, "Oh, I need an inhaler." Here, get one straight away. Toot sweet. Toot sweet. Definitely. What else do you want? What else do you want? Because what's happening is all these people are afraid of being called racist, so they have to turn it on and sort of virtue signal that, well, oh yeah, we care about. I mean, Care for Cali are a joke, an absolute joke. They are facilitating this. They are actually giving these people the information they need. They're showing them the videos. They're helping this. And a lot of videos are being passed around on TikTok, which is a Chinese Communist Party spying app that tracks everything on your phone, all your key swipes, all your photographs, all your social media, all your emails, all your photographs. It's listening the whole time. But people go, oh, isn't TikTok fun? Isn't it fun? No, it's not. It rewards stupidity and it's destroying everything. TikTok is mostly full of transgenders going on about, oh, I'm so powerful and empowered. No, you're not. You've been conned. And a lot of them are regretting it now as well. That's what's happening. A lot of them are regretting it. It's unfortunate. Well, I've got nothing positive to say about anything at the moment. I'm in a really bad mood. I'm sitting here with no money.
Your bad mood.
I'm going through my ashtray smoking fag butts.
It's brought the best out of you. I'm so glad you've come on and said what you said because of the amount of comments what have come back from what you've been saying. It's been so positive, mate. So
I'm sure I'm getting a load of hate as well. I can't see the comments, but I'm sure people are hating me as well.
No, I've been you gave me a rest, thank you. But no, honestly, I'm so I asked you to come on because I knew at that point when we were talking about that, I thought the only man who could make something.
Well, you triggered me.
Any of us together would be Trevor Random. This is random.
Well, I do live on my own. I have a very small, close-knit circle of friends. Most of them are in tune with this. A couple aren't, but most of them are and know what's going on. But that's what I say. This ain't going to stop, unfortunately, folks. It really ain't. It's not going to stop anytime soon. And these people are in the hotel. Don't forget, these people that are in the hotels at the moment, stabbing each other and raping each other and all of this, they've got to come out of those hotels at some point. Where are they going to go?
Into society.
They don't integrate with. They don't want to. They don't want to integrate with society. They have their own religions, their own rules, and things like that. So they don't want to get involved in any of that. So you're going to form ghettos, aren't we? We're going to find ghetto. It's going to be like what's happening in France and Germany and Sweden. They've
got them, Trev. You know that they've got them everywhere.
Sweden, they're bombing each other over there. It's got well out of control. They're making bombs. In Marsden, they're making weapons out of tent poles and toilet roll holders and stabbing each other. They get the very few children that are in there are getting pushed to the fence for the photographs and chucking bottles over with notes saying, "Can you send him backy?" Why would a child want backy? It's just nonsense. We're being had over here. I think Braverman has said some very brave things, and she's saying exactly what it is, and it is an invasion. If Germany had done this, if they'd slipped people over during the Second World War as transgenders and gays and all of that on little rubber boats, would we have accepted them? I don't think so. But it's all this thing, I don't want to appear to be racist. Or it's not about bloody race. It's nothing to do with, it's numbers. It's a numbers game at this point. I don't care what colour your name or what your name is or what colour. But these are fighting age young men, most of them. They really, really are.
It's patriotism, isn't it? It's about the love for your country you were born and bred in.
Well, that's been whacked out of us. It's whacked out of us. If I was to put a Union Jack out, if I was to put a Union Jack outside my flat, I'd have the council around telling me to take it down because it's probably racist. If I put a rainbow flag out there, I'd get applause.
You're right, Trev. You're right. The culture's gone for me.
God, nobody's proud of this country. And what is there to be what is there to be proud of in this country? Nothing. And all we're doing is being bombarded with historical things like, oh, you were nasty in the colonials, or you were nasty 100 years ago, oh, you used to get slaves, and all this stuff. They're bringing up stuff from our ancient past.
I'm not being funny, Trev. Can I ask you this? When I first saw a church, whether it be Catholic or C of E, whatever, a church in England, getting taken
that hasn't been turned into a Weatherspoons.
Or even a Muslim place of worship.
Well, they spring up everywhere. They spring up everywhere. There's mosques everywhere, and they take over houses as well.
That's a complex. I don't understand that. I don't get that.
They're destroying Christianity. They're destroying Christianity. The rainbow flag is a prime example of that, actually. It really, really is. I mean, yeah, Christmas is council, folks. Forget it. Don't think about having a good time this year. You're not going to. And they don't want us to. Talking about power cuts in 2022. Go and buy some candles. Buy a toaster and you save 10 quid. What sort of rhetoric is this? It's 2022. Where's my bloody jetpack?
I think what we all need to do is go and buy a fucking rubber dinghy, right?
Well, I thought about this and come in myself.
And then come fucking float out halfway to the fucking channel and float back in, and you get better fucking treated. Why not?
I thought about doing it.
We're all quitting, aren't we?
Here's a true story. A friend of mine, he's managed to get himself a cheap flight to Romania, £39 return. He's going to Romania. He's going out there on a recce to have a look at some farmland because he wants to move to Romania. Brilliant. Is this how we're going to work it now? And did you hear the latest stat? 1 in 6 not born in this country now.
I've had this discussion myself, Trevor, with people. It sounds a bit harsh, and even though it might not be fully true on this day, within the next couple of years, we will be Britishness.
We are the minority. Yeah, we are.
Which is a bit weird, and I can vote. I was actually with Trevor last year. A couple of times, but I did the football thing, and that struck me. That kind of hit me a bit, and I'm looking at all these guys, these kids, these people in the England tops, or the away shirt, the home shirt, and whatever the merchandise. And I would say that most of those England fans were of mixed race. And when I was a kid and I went to Wembley, me being a rugby fan, same thing really. You know, I watched it on TV, the FA Cup final. You could still see the full crowd. You know, brilliant camera work. It was kind of how do I put it nicely? But, well, put it straight out. Spot the foreigner, really, in that sense, with a different colour of skin.
Well,
It has gone that way, and it's going even more, type of thing. Along with the rainbow shit as well. Don't forget
the rainbow thing is out of control. It's out of control. It's
humanism is changed, and it's changing even further. So humanism, culturism, all that.
Our culture's being destroyed by the second.
Yeah, you're right, Trev. Absolutely, and you know,
Can
we can mourn about it, but you know.
And I'm not going to sit here and go, I know what the answer is, because I don't know what the answer is. I really don't know what the answer is.
Even if we did,
I think
Trevor,
we can only look after ourselves.
Even if we did, Trev, I don't think people like ourselves would be able to do anything about it because they're that powerful. That's how much of a swamp we're in. We're never going to get out of it. This is all we can do, talk about it, and hopefully hope that maybe in the future something can be done about it. But we're well and truly fucked over, and we have been for many centuries. But I'll tell you what is a nice feeling. What's a nice feeling for me is where once you think I'm on my own with this,
No, you're not on your own.
Hang on, it's not just me. It's not just me. There are other people, and then you start getting angry, thinking, I know they fucking know. They just won't admit, and they go along with it, and and the sheep thing, and it's so disappointing. So you get them disappointing feelings as well. But it's a nice feeling to know that you're among people who have the same thoughts, knowledge, emotions about it, and who are honest and truthful about it. And, you know, that for me, that's the only solace of it, Trev, because we're not going to get anywhere else other than that for me. But, you know.
I'm not going to name people on here, but a lot of us have been watching this situation for the last 2-3 years, and we knew it was going to get bad. I never knew it was going to get this bad. And that incident with the guy who set fire to the fence, and that's all he did, he set fire to the fence. And wasn't it handy that the Sky's news team were there to film it from start to finish as well? Very handy.
What makes me laugh is like back, you know, we used to have one of the largest, you know, what do you call it, Royal Navies about. So we should have, our Royal Navy should be piled up on that fucking shore on frigate boats or whatever, saying, no, turn around, go back where you come from. That's the way it should be. Not letting them in. So.
No, unfortunately, it's gone on for too long, and as I say, you know, they pass these videos around on TikTok and social media that pretty much advertise summer sales, and now we've got people traffickers involved and Albanian gangsters, and it's, you know, you must have noticed the amount of Turkish barbers that have suddenly appeared, and nail bars and car washes. These are predominantly Albanians pretending to be Turkish.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people got money from the government to start up those businesses as well.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, we're being, and the fact that we've got an Indian Prime Minister now, I mean, it just says everything about this country.
Well,
and particularly Sunak. I mean, why would a multi-millionaire give a toss about this country? He's got a green card to fuck off at a moment's notice. Exactly. His wife is involved with a business that produces ID systems and is very keen on that, digital ID. He's very keen on us having electronic cash, cyber cash, as I like to call it. So, yeah, he's bad news all the way around. And he was always going to get in. Liz Truss was just a smokescreen. She was just popped in to cover the funeral. That's all she was there for.
That's the other thing, that like, you look at him, he's been trying to get into power for how long? You know, he's been trying to get in, and then he's been voted out. But then, you know, after the first time, the second time you still didn't get in. You just go, okay, I'm not gonna bother anymore. But now he's still there, and he's still there.
No, because he can't be doing it for the money, because he doesn't need the money.
Well, he doesn't need the money now, but
it's not very well paid being the Prime Minister.
But any self-respecting person, after the first, second, time, will go, okay, they don't want me in power, but he's still there. Oh, fuck me. No, fuck off.
No, well, we didn't get a vote. We didn't get a chance to vote for him, did we?
No, we didn't.
That's what they keep doing. They keep shifting the leaders around, and we don't get a bloody say in it.
No,
it's not democracy. It's not democracy. We're being conned.
Yeah.
Look what's happened in Australia. It's turned from a democracy to a dictatorship overnight. Overnight.
And it's always been happening, hasn't it? Really, it's not like it's just started. It's always been built up. They're always a generation in front. I've always said that. People go, "Oh, that happened and that was said." Well, that was planned out fucking years ago.
Yeah.
It's like they're not stupid. They can't be stupid because look where they are.
That guy set fire to the fence at Folkestone, I firmly believe was programmed. It's a psyop, and for him to, I better not say anything too much, but for him to do himself in like he did is very, very strange and unusual. Let's be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And that petrol station isn't 100 miles from there. It's just over the road. Just over the road, within distance of the Sky camera crew to follow him on foot. And there is footage of him. There is footage of him doing it as well. There was a independent person down there who's got footage of it that's way too shocking to show. But the fact he done it like that in such a shocking way, it just reeks to me. The whole thing reeks to me of a psyop.
Yeah.
It's a pound shop psyop, I call it. Standard fireworks and a bit of petrol. The guy was claiming he only had 35 quid in his account. He hired a brand new car. He had disabled badges in the window. And petrol's not cheap, is it? Or fireworks, actually. None of those things are cheap.
Nothing is. No.
I mean, a loaf of bread ain't cheap.
Only life.
Right, let's try and think of something positive here.
No, this well, okay. Well, there's not many people joined in. It absolutely needs talking about. But yeah, let's have a break from it. Why not? Say hello to everyone who's come in, guys. Thanks very much.
Well, I'll bring up the power cuts that's been mentioned because a lot of people in chat have been bringing it up. A few months back, we were all told that this winter, this autumn, to expect 3-hour power cuts.
Oh, yeah.
On a rotating basis, depending what band you was in, etc. Because they're different bands. So it'd be on a rotating basis. Now, last week it was mentioned that these blackouts are going to last for 7 days. Now, is that going to be countrywide, excluding certain businesses, i.e. your national health, certain infrastructures that need the economy to keep going? If they haven't got backup generators, then they're shutting down. So when's this going to happen, this 7-day thing? I can't find nothing about it, but it has been mentioned in the news.
It's a sword of Damocles waving over our heads to keep us all scared and frightened, and it's working a treat. It's working a treat.
All had the power cuts during summer because of fires. So someone said they've had no Wi-Fi or whatever for days because a tree apparently fell down and landed on one of the wires. And that happened.
18,000 trees cut down in Scotland to make way for wind turbines with blades that can't be recycled. They go to landfill, and they're useless anyway, and they catch fire and kill birds. 18,000 trees. Let's cut those down and put up a load of useless wind farm. And this is why most of these wind farms are out at sea, because they do catch fire on a regular basis. They're useless. And all these solar panels, get your solar panel and you'll sell electricity back to the electric board. Well, where's all this electric then? We've got all these wind turbines and solar panels. Where's all that electric going? It's a con. We're being conned. It's a conservative government. We're being conned. And they're on their way out, and they're making hay on the way out the door.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Yeah, it's obvious, Trev, isn't it? I mean, but that's easy for some people to say, you know.
Some people, and I'm envious of these people, some people drift along through life totally oblivious to all this. Totally oblivious. And I'm jealous of those people. I really am. I wish I didn't know this stuff. I'm jealous
of those people, but what annoys me are the ones who know it and just go along with it and don't want to get involved because, you know, like cowards in a way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think anyone working for Border Force and, dare I say, the RNLI, it's not a good look for them, you know, being a sort of Uber taxi for this. Yeah. All of these people are traitors. They are traitors that are helping. Yeah. They're helping to destroy this country with multiculturalism, and it's not going to work. These people don't want to integrate. They go into their own communities. They do their own thing, and as we know, they've got a book that tells them it's absolutely fine to sleep with a 12-year-old girl. Absolutely fine. So yeah. Anyone that's reading that, yeah.
And it's not just that as well. It's look at all the health workers over COVID. I don't believe that they were so busy over COVID. They had the time to make COVID. They had the time
TikTok
to make
videos,
TikTok dancing and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, there you go. TikTok, owned by the Chinese Communist Party. And it's a spying app. It reads every keystroke you do, every phone call you make, every email you send, every photograph you do, every video, every link you go to. It records it and sends back that data to the Chinese Communist Party.
Hospitals were empty over COVID.
Yep.
Some of those nurses are still making videos, but instead of it being COVID, they're doing ones like, oh, I've had like 5 people die and I'm so sad.
Yeah, well, unfortunately...
Oh,
fucking hell. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to die. Have you noticed all the heart defibrillators appearing everywhere?
We're getting to the core of it now. Yeah, we're getting to the core of it. And that's the problem there, isn't it? Hello.
It is. They want us dead. And the ones they want alive, they want you as slaves. And that's what they want.
Well, they've always wanted those who are alive as slaves, though, haven't they? It just doesn't work out.
Yeah. Well, the minute we're born, we're slaves, aren't we? We're signed over to them, aren't we? On the birth certificate. Exactly. We're fucked from the start. It was funny how 2 years to flatten the curve woke a lot of people up. I mean, I was awake before this, but 2 years to flatten the curve really shook me up, and I saw it for what it was. And we must never, ever forgive or forget what they've done to us. Never, never, ever, ever. Pfizer have just put the price up of their vaccines as well by 110%, I think.
They can't afford to make them anymore. That's what it is. It's so difficult.
So difficult, isn't it, to produce? It's so tricky.
Doesn't even work.
God, they worked it out when they made the bloody virus. They knew that they made the virus and they made the vaccine at the same time. The first targets to be hit in the Ukraine were American biotech laboratories where they were making bioengineering.
If I remember rightly, though, it wasn't it a ex-military Chinese employee who he copyrighted a COVID vaccine just before like 2019, basically.
Timing is everything.
But of course,
time in his
that didn't actually get anywhere. That didn't get to us. I mean, you got to get Pfizer and everyone to make their own.
And
In
then,
3 months, was it? 3 months.
And then in America, you got a guy, Biden. The man is a joke. He can't string a sentence together, walk upstairs, put his jacket on, nothing.
He was shit when he was shit
useless.
30 years ago, though, wasn't he? He was shit then.
Yeah, he always has been. He's an absolute melt. And he's just a waste of
I'm
time.
surprised there's not little rabbit turds following him around, you know. Oh, they are.
But yeah, when he went to that Easter parade, he had an Easter bunny tell him which direction to walk in. He walks off stage, he doesn't know where he's going or what he's doing or what day it is. He comes out with absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
He's the personification of AI, and I don't mean artificial intelligence, I mean anti-intelligence.
Yeah. No, these are very worrying times all the way round, aren't they? Let's be honest. And I'm not here to present any answers at all. I wish I could.
The
I
end
wish I
is
could
nigh.
It does feel biblical. It does feel end of daisy. It is quite scary in that respect. I'm not a super religious person.
I've said, where does it look like it's going to lead? Many times I've said that. What does the future look like based on the past and the present?
Well, it's not the future I was imagining, because I thought I'd have a flying car by now and it'd all look a bit like Blade Runner or something. I don't know. But
yeah.
I thought I'd have a in the house by now.
We're not getting any of that.
No.
I mean, there's people in jobs going to food banks. People who are working, who are having to go to food banks.
Not just people who are working, but professionals.
Professionals, yes.
Yeah, doctors and things.
Yes. Not these doctors that are coming over on dinghies.
Dinghy doctors.
Dinghy doctors.
You mean, I think I saw something the other day that
Dinghy Rapids.
They were they were gardening. They were using a saw on the grass.
What?
I think it was based Welshman. If you want to go check that out just for a laugh. Unfortunately, any jokes get swallowed in the swamp of water that kind of is the shit of reality, and it smells like it too.
I'm seeing so much at the moment. It's blowing my mind. Everything I'm seeing. Tony Blair started this, and Brexit fucked it all.
Well, he had a load of people attack him at the time. Well, what about immigration, Tony? What about immigration? Tony Blair said, well, what it is the problem with immigration, illegal immigration, sorry, not immigration. Let's get it right. Illegal immigration is that we can't really do anything about it. So, as a party right now, we're not going to do anything about it. And then everyone just kind of went, oh,
here we go.
So what's on Coronation Street today? Okay, thank you.
I don't watch TV anymore. Those shows are brainwashing. I went round somebody's house and they had EastEnders on. I said, what's wrong with the colour on this? It looks really dark and dingy. I said, oh no, it's always like this.
It is, yeah.
It's dark, dingy, dismal, depressing, and designed to keep people stupid. And it's working a treat. So I know. And as for Matt Hancock going into I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. Well, he's not a celebrity. He's a public servant. He's a shit public servant who gave a really good PPE contract to his pub landlord mate. Turned out the PPE was absolutely useless. He filmed himself having an affair with a woman. I maintain that.
Well,
he filmed
they
it.
accidentally filmed him, though, didn't they? They banned that technology then, though, you know. They said, no, you can't have those cameras in there.
40k. £40,000 he's getting to go to Australia to stay in the Versace hotel with Anton Deck.
I'm sorry, if he stayed there, that'd be all right. I'd pay it personally if I had the money, you know. I'd just pay it personally for him to go and stay there forever.
What, 40k?
Oh, hold on, am I thinking wrongly about this?
I'd give him 40p to stay there. No, it's just...
Well, actually, it wouldn't cost much if he, you know...
I think most of us listening to... most of us that are watching Dino and other people on YouTube know the score. It's the ones that is right now watching, well, what is on telly right now? Is it I'm a Celebrity's on now, or Bake Off, or Strictly Come Mincing, or RuPaul's Drag Race? RuPaul's Drag Race is the #1 show on the BBC. #1.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have no
#1.
interest what's #1 or even what's the lowest number.
It's #2 in my book. Smells of it and looks
A
it.
big #2, yeah.
Massive #2. But that's messing up children's heads as well. Oh, look, isn't it perfectly normal to mince around and be really horrible to each other in lipstick and fake boobs? Rotten.
Well, we definitely have seen through the curriculum what the world is trying to be formed by those who make the curriculum. Now, it was bad enough when I was at school. It was like,
if I had
don't
a kid,
really believe all of this.
If I had a kid that was at school and the teacher had pink or blue hair or green hair, I'd go, right, get that kid out of there now. Get him out of there. There is danger. Danger, danger, danger. Because those people are the ones with the rainbows, and this is an inclusive pace, and we're really welcoming, and I want to support these people. And let's not talk to mummy and daddy about the fact that you think you might be a girl,
Actually,
Johnny.
Not just that, but they can literally keep them out of it.
Yeah, completely out of it. And then get social services brought in saying, oh, the parents are being horrible because little Johnny said to me that he wants to be a woman. Well, when I was at school, I wanted to be a train driver.
Sorry. Yeah, we don't need train drivers anymore.
Don't need train drivers. What we need is trannies with a very short life because they get super depressed because it's not a nice life for them. It really isn't. It's not good.
It's very physically demanding to
very physically demanding. When you're walking down the street, you're not accepted. These people walk around with a half beard, walking like a bloke in a dress, and we're meant to go, all right, ma'am, all right, madam. It's not happening.
I mean, everyone can make a mistake,
confusing.
but you don't have to change the pronouns and all that. I mean,
I won't play the pronoun. I'm not playing the pronoun game.
A woman sometimes with that hair, haven't you, Dina?
From the back, he does.
Oh,
from the back.
White
I mean, the other one you've got.
Oh no, that must have been your bum.
You've got school children now who are getting told to go to Muslim mosques, right? You've got British children getting told to go and visit mosques, yeah, but you don't get Muslim kids getting told to go to Christian school.
No.
You're right.
No.
For your input, Tony, tonight. Thank you.
I have to admit, Tony's input is some of the best over all the years.
Tony, absolutely brilliant, mate. And I know a lot of people will have read what you put, and the conversation's been non-stop, but people have been taking notice of what you put.
I've been ranting on for ages. That's what's happened. I'm losing the plot.
It's all Trevor's fault.
Well, you made me.
I mean, you invited that guy on in the first place.
Bloody idiot. You're better off getting Crinkle on.
well, is that your reference there? Is that a pigeon?
Get him on for the laugh.
Yeah, it's got CCTV in its eyes.
No, we can't do that.
It's got an old CPU inside it as well with a big fan.
Here's a change of subject. Sorry.
Trev, no, it's just I've not seen or heard from SG for a while, so I just want to say hello, good evening. Good evening, and I hope you're well, and thanks for coming on.
No,
nice.
No worries. Cheers.
Well, is anyone here buying this Pelosi story?
Around for some reason.
I've been around,
Is anyone here buying the Pelosi story with the hammer?
I don't buy anything anymore that they push in like mainstream media.
Is anyone buying this? No CCTV, no footage at all has emerged, no police camera stuff, and the glasses on the outside of the window.
To go if he missed Nancy, didn't he? Like, oh shit.
Well, Nancy's away. Well, Nancy's away, the man will play. And don't forget, when he had that car accident, an unknown man ran off from the scene. And also in this incident, somebody answered the door, but they're not being named. So there's 3 people in that house. There's him with his weird hippie nudist mate with a hammer.
Tony's right there. The reports
just before the elections.
Tony, you're very welcome on the panel if you want to come on. It'd be great to hear you.
I saw the police and the council saying to people in Dover,
yes,
just a few days ago, that they should not allow anyone in their homes to make sure that their doors are locked.
How many people are aware?
Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah, that's a very important fact, because they don't only just come in at the docks; they come in on their own up the beach a bit further, and they just run up the beach and into the town. They're gone. They're gone like ghosts in the night.
I have relatives in Dover, and they've lived there for as long as I can remember. They had a pub. It was great to live in a pub for a bit when we went on holiday. But they've seen Dover change. It's not safe. It hasn't been safe for well over a decade, if not more.
No.
And that's only what I've heard from, I'm not spoken to them personally. It's just what I've heard from my parents speaking to them.
But that woman that was broken into, and the police kind of blamed her for leaving the door open. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
If I lived in Dover, right, I'd be down there with all my mates, waiting for them to come up on the beach and say, fuck off and go back where you come from.
Oh, no, you'd be a racist if you did that.
No, not on a beach, you wouldn't.
What's somebody called if they don't like racing?
I wouldn't even let them touch the beach. If they don't touch the beach, they're never here, are they, at the end of the day? They were never here if they don't touch the beach.
Fucking hell. This is how bad it's got. Can I just have 1 minute? Because you guys have just run the show tonight, which is brilliant, by the way. I just want to say hello and thank you to everyone who's come in, and anyone who's come in who I might have missed saying hello to, which I normally like to do because it's my thing. Thanks so much indeed tonight, but it's been so superb and serious, to be honest with you, and a good laugh at the same time. Talking about it in the right way, I believe, anyway, with the right people. So Tony, Mick Brown, people, honestly, quite a few people who've come in with solid thoughts and opinions and things like that. That's what it's all about, solid thoughts and opinions, being as truthful as you can, coming out with information that you know to be true, or at least to be as true as you know, as you think. Social media, mainstream media, so for people to come out with stuff that we don't normally hear in mainstream media is fantastic. That's what we got on social media. So thanks to people like this. So honestly, guys, James Patrick as well, I know you've been in there. Thanks so much, guys. Honestly, it means a lot. It's been a great, great, great topic tonight, and it needs fucking talking about. It's serious shit. So when people say
it is serious shit.
When they say wake up, it's not. Don't take that as like everyone's saying, wake up. It means wake the fuck up because you need to. Like it's not. There's no other option.
Open your eyes, I say, because if you wake up, you'll become woke. That's not good.
Question everything. Question everything. Don't accept the narrative. Question everything. There is
unlearn everything.
These things don't happen by mistake or accident. These are planned events.
Einstein said the minute you learn Einstein said the minute you really do learn the real things about the world is when you forget everything you were taught at school. It's not just school anymore, though, is it? It's all the media, the news, the politicians, everything.
As soon as you're 4 years old, when you're in that, or what they think to be that cognitive ability to learn things, that's when you start to not learn anything. And they take you away from the real truth by indoctrinating you and calling
Well,
it.
why do you think these posh people send them to specialist schools that pay a lot of money? You don't think that Eton they're talking about rainbows and inclusive spaces there, do you? No way. No way. It's in your secondary moderns and all those schools. That's where the drag acts are turning up to read to your little kids. Just be careful out there. If you've got children, look after them.
Mm.
At
And
the end of the day,
if you've got enough money, have a look at moving abroad.
at the end of the day, right, you've got the Albanians coming in, on the boats, whatever. They're the same colour as us. So you can't even say we're racist because of the colour of the skin.
That's true.
You can't say that because they're the same colour. They choose to speak a different language, and the only way you can distinguish English from Albanians is the language. And
the thing is, there's no law against you saying that. There's no law against it, so you can say it. It's just what you get portrayed as in society is you'll get put down for it. It's like, even those people who agree with you, it's like, oh no, I'll fit in. I'll keep fitting in. You shouldn't be saying that, even though they think the same as you. That's how sad it's fucking gone.
No, but
it's a
different.
control of language, isn't it?
The fear section.
200 years ago, where we were where people from Africa were coming, we were enslaving Africans coming to the country. That's totally different. It's totally different to now. They're coming into the country, Albanians, whatever, seeking refuge, but then saying we're racist. We're not racist. It's just the fact that you're the same colour skin as us. We're not racist because you look different. We're only being hypocritical because you take the piss out of us. You're coming in as refugees and then taking the piss out of us because you're living.
They're not refugees. They're not refugees.
It's destroying our culture. Like I'm 54. Treb's you won't mind me saying,
60.
Right,
60.
And, most guests
nearly dead,
and audience-wise are round about our age. Shall we call it middle age? Let's put it that way. So when we were younger, when we were kids, it was different, and we I felt,
wouldn't it?
I was born in my own town.
Felt freer.
That no longer has a maternity home. And it was English. Everything was made in England. It was all in, and I felt part of the culture. Whether I touched a cast iron frame at the side of a swing on the local park I used to go to, little things like that just felt so. I felt so enjoined to it. I belonged to it. It was my culture. It was where I was born. Everything was. Now, I don't feel that anymore. I feel like a stranger in my own land.
Our culture has been destroyed. Our culture has been destroyed.
Well, it's very easy to do that by influx of people who don't conform to that structure.
Yeah.
They recreate it in whatever form they seem to shift on. Seem to shift. Sorry.
But also, the total lack of respect as well, and inconsideration of it all.
They're laughing at us. They are laughing at us. They're seeing us England as a soft touch.
You know what?
It's a soft touch where they get everything.
I've heard people come over here and they really want to do well, and I've heard them talk in English. And I've heard people who come over here and don't talk, and I know it sounds daft, but they won't speak in English. And I find that disrespectful, because if I was going to go over to live in Poland, I would learn Polish language. And
Absolutely.
getting joined in their culture, because I'm living there. It's like, but when people come over here and it's not like they know anyone English is listening around them. They're actually speaking in English. They want to get involved with that culture, which doesn't no longer exist. But they believe in probably what they've been sold by the brochure, if you know what I mean. So there are people who do come over who want to get involved, but And
Yeah,
do
they
have
come over legally and properly and through the right channels. They don't get in little rubber boats paying 500 euros
No,
to some
yeah.
trafficker to come here
No, you're
and get
right.
escorted to a 4-star hotel.
Yeah,
Where they properly
actually
make a
have to
video
follow-
telling everyone how easy it is.
They have to follow quite a few things, like jump through some hoops, then jump
Don't they?
through some flaming hoops. Then they have to do somersaults through the hoops while, holding certain poses. And then they have to do things like tests to test their English, which some of us might not be able to even pass that were brought up in this country. Then they have to have a bit of knowledge about the country as well.
Freedom
I certainly
audits
personally
everywhere.
Well, yeah.
Private chat. Sorry, what's my culture? Drinking cider out of a can and not working. My can.
Actually, that's not a glass, is it? That's
actually, when I do a live stream, I'm actually working, believe it or not. You can come on if you want.
Nice work if you can get it.
Yeah, and I do it for nothing, mate.
That was pretty good.
But I'm a volunteer. I'm one of them people who stands up, a bit like Trevor and SG, and people like us who'd rather give our opinions. That's work, mate.
Do we believe in
Not
reincarnation,
95,
by the way?
Not clocking on, not getting fucking conned, not getting ripped off, not working for nothing.
Do we believe in reincarnation? Do you think in the past we are those people who were like burned at the stake for speaking
Big
out
up,
against
right,
the Queen or
okay.
the King or something? Like, I think they're ripping us off.
The
Kill him!
heretics.
Kill him! String
The
him up!
Luddites.
Get rid of that fucker.
Yes. Well, it'd be too easy for somebody to go through this stream and clip things and make us all look like absolute wankers. And
I'm sure that could have already been done by now.
Oh, no, I'm sure that's probably happening anyway. But I think of this a bit like a virtual bar or pub or club or something. You know,
A virtual bra.
A virtual bar, pub, club.
Bar. Sorry, yeah.
A virtual bra is what you give to a cyber chick.
Ah.
And yeah, I live on my own. I think essentially, the problem for me, speaking very personally, is I live on my own and I have a lot of internal thoughts.
Sorry,
and I need
just
to let
seeing what
them out
Dino's laughing at. And
Sorry, Trevor. I'm just looking at Eamon's comments.
What's he saying? Is it about me?
No, it's not. Look, it's
not unless you were his teacher at school.
He's put that one up.
What's he saying? What's his teacher done? Or what did his teacher do?
My teacher was caught wanking in the storeroom,
Oh.
and then he put, he taught me well. Eamon is fucking right. Eamon, you're a legend, mate. You're an absolute legend. Absolute brilliant. Massive support. And thanks so much. It does mean a lot, Eamon. Every time he comes in, brilliant. All of you, really.
Mr. Fizz, your background is making me spaz out.
So you're bouncing
off.
I'm feeling enlightened by seeing it now.
No,
I'll change it.
Tripping balls.
I'm
tripping balls.
I'm going to change it, but you might not like it.
What's it a picture of?
Go for it.
Oh, that's a lot better.
That's Dino.
I'm scared of badgers, you see.
That's a screenshot I took of Dino's face while he was doing the live stream.
That's not Dino, that's Liz Truss.
No, you were right. Liz Truss was just the face that they could have there while the Queen was buried. Because they wouldn't.
That's all she was there for. People wouldn't have stood for an Indian guy. No,
I've got a little bit of audio, actually, about some I found the other day. If you don't mind me playing it for a second, Dino.
Fire away, man.
Right, hold on. It's real quick.
Queen Ninja, how you doing? Berkin Mad 8 as well. Emma McCann, Total Legend. Paul Yeoman, Mick Brown. Thanks so much, guys, for sticking in there for a couple of hours, I think. Can't count. Just thanks for being there. It's been great.
Okay, here we go.
And Klaus Schwab has said they basically own most Western countries. They own most countries, but most large Western countries. They own Canada, Australia, New Zealand. And now they own the UK's new prime minister, who wasn't elected by the UK people, nor by his own party. He wasn't elected by anyone. But here comes Klaus Schwab with his puppet, Richie Sunak. Richie's wife is a shareholder in Infosys, which pays her a dividend of £11.5 million per annum. Infosys runs India's state digital ID system. Richie is a fan of digital ID. Can you see where this could be going? Rishi Sunak's father-in-law, Narendra Murthy, is co-founder of Infosys, a company that works extremely close with the World Economic Forum and runs the largest digital ID and social credit system in the world.
It's been reported that you've got family links to Russia, that your wife apparently has a stake in the Indian IT consultancy firm Infosys. They operate in Moscow. They have an office there. They have a delivery office there. They've got a connection to the Alpha Bank in Moscow. Are you giving advice to others that you're not following in your own home?
I'm an elected politician, and I'm here to talk to you about what I'm responsible for. My wife is not. Here's Richie just partying, drinking, and of course flashing the all-seeing eye pyramid.
Which you can't see, but you know. What a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now he's in charge in England.
And there we are. Just a quick one.
Spot on. Klaus Schwab is evil. Absolutely evil.
Yeah,
Evil.
look into it, guys. The fourth industrial revolution. He basically shoves it in your face when you read that. Just read it.
He'd love to shove it in everyone's face, I'm sure.
Yeah, just read it. Just read that and you know, tell me what you think. I think you'll have to read it 2 or 3 times actually. But,
it kind of makes me think of like some comedy movie, you know. This world now. It's like some parody comedy movie with like Peter Sellers as Klaus Schwab.
An awful feeling when not that you think that you kind of know you're a decent human being, you know, and you can be a decent human being, but the awful feeling for me is when you know you are mistakes and all. If there were massive mistakes, you're not a decent human being. But from where you know it's been taken the piss out of. That is very hurtful. That is, and I can take it locally, but when it comes from the powers above and they're running your life and you feel like you can't go anywhere and they're telling you that you're free, that is an awful fucking feeling. That you know you're being taken the piss out of. That
you are free to do what we tell you to do.
Slavery.
Yeah, it does mean that. I don't care about getting my head kicked in or anything like that. But
Orwell said freedom is slavery.
Yeah. Can I just say, Mike's coming back, but can I just say, I just need to say this. I'm sorry. Bright 77, right? What are you doing here? Private chat if you want. Why are you trying to upset things? You've no reason to be here. You don't. You know, you've nothing in common in what us guys are talking about or anything. So you're here for an alternative motive. You've got something against Biker for some reason. So why don't you fucking do one?
Doesn't sound very bright.
Well, not so bright, I call him, yeah. No, he's fucked
I
off.
don't mind Bright, but he does seem to have a bit of a bone to pick with some people, and I don't really know why most of the time. Sometimes I see why, but I don't know.
Who's Freedom Audit, SG? Have you heard of Freedom
I
Audit?
don't know, to be honest. I think I have seen him around, but I don't know.
Big up, Bright. I'm not putting up with all this cryptic shit. Block capital letters. Blah, 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 blah. Corn farmer and all that. Drift fizz. Right.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Right. You did know fizzy Dr. See, what's the point in coming out with that?
And who can have a problem with Bikereddie? Like, he's one of the nicest guys on YouTube. Sorry, Eddie.
Not a problem. Yeah.
Freedom audits, right? I don't think you work either. I mean, what do your classes work? Paying tax, 9 to 5, 2 6, 6 10. No, what is it? 6 2.
It's such a low blow that thing
some
where they
people
go,
want
oh,
benefits
just because
removed,
if you're on benefits, you haven't got an opinion.
I'm
some people want benefits removed, and we should all like die. Anyone who's on benefits should just go away. They're just all
sounds a bit right. That sounds a bit racist.
Well, I don't know what it is, but it's certainly not good, is it?
No.
There's no point talking cryptic. Why don't you talk straight? What I don't understand. What's the point? Are you a cultist?
Welcome to Denology. Straight talk only.
Do you want to watch a little video I made?
You're not getting. If you want to get somewhere, why are you talking like that?
I know he's been silent for 10 minutes now, which I don't know.
Yeah, it's not said that.
Fucking weird. I'll tell you, these are the guys. Honestly, these are guys like paedophiles and murderers and fucking freaks like that. These are these type of guys. Not so bright. Stop fucking about.
Yeah, you're on
Well, he got what he wanted, Dean. He totally interrupted the stream, totally brought it to a halt, and got loads of attention.
Has anyone got his channel link, guys, please? Because I'm enthralled what fucking content he's got on his channel.
Bright has content, and in the past it's been okay. I just feel he's been rubbed the wrong way by some people, and it's put him in a bit of a mode where he's...
Well, maybe, and I've said that myself, mate, and Biker will back me up. And
But I haven't been on YouTube much, so I don't really know.
No, he absolutely laid into Biker one night. It was fucking totally out of order. And not just on the panel, but in the private as well. It was like double barrel. And that was totally out of fucking order. When there's been nothing, the Biker's said nothing wrong. Total attack, double barrel. So I don't get you. And why do you can talk articulate on a panel, but you keep coming out with stupid comments with block capitals, lower. You're coming out with cryptic fucking messages.
It is how he does.
No, I don't believe that. No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know why he does do it. But it is something he does, even when he's not having some kind of troll moment, which does seem to be tonight.
But I'd rather people just say what it is, rather than this is just like drifting things out. It's like, okay, let's talk about it then. Come on.
Well, the thing is, though, Dino, it's not going to happen, is it? Yeah.
No,
they just want to distract him.
Well, why? So what's the agenda? I don't get it.
I don't know.
No. Big up, Bright, Freedom Audits. You're an auditor, Freedom.
But I don't know about Freedom Audits, so I've seen him around, but I don't really know. But his comment to you about the whole drinking cider and what's your culture like that's very surprising. If he is okay, what's his problem? Yeah.
No, it's just someone who's trying to get to me, that's all. But that's never happened.
Well, it worked. It worked.
And what they don't know, Dino, is apple juice. You know.
No, but Trev, I've got to. Okay, in that sense, but I can't ignore it as well, can I?
Yeah, I know it's difficult, but
no, come on, right. Okay.
In my experience with all these people that put these wacky comments, they want a bit of attention.
Right. If it were me, if it were just about me, I don't give a fuck. But he for some reason, this fella has got something against Biker. He's done fuck all wrong, said fuck all wrong about him. Been my best fucking friend on YouTube since day one. And I'm not having it, Trev. I'm sorry. So I've got
if you remember, it all started off, we had a guy on, I forget his name. He was pissed as a twat. On about joining army. And then that was it. I can't remember his name. And then
Oh,
I think it was the following live or whatever.
was it Ben? Somebody called Ben? No.
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 And then
It wasn't Boris.
Then Bright come on, and he were talking, and he sounded exactly the same as this pissed up twat that we had a week before. Right, and we both thought it was this guy that wanted to join the army, and all I said to Bright was, "How did you get on with your army application?" And he took a massive offence to it, and he had a right. It went on for a few weeks actually, and he took offence that I accused him of wanting to join the army, and that's where it all started from.
You were testing the water to see if it was him.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, it was the wrong person, but he took offence at me asking him how he got on with his joining the army. And that's where it stemmed from. I just ignore him now.
Yeah, this is different though, you know.
Was it the Salvation Army?
I don't know.
Right, all I'll say is just leave it. There's no point. You're never coming on again. You've upset people in the past, and I've gone, no, leave him alone, let him come on, and I've allowed that. You know that many times. You can't knock me for that. But now you've come back in after so long, and I'm thinking, why? And you still, what you're doing is you're on the attack. I don't understand why, and it's got nothing to do with the subject we've been talking about tonight, which means you've come in on an attack. It's not fair, Bright. So just leave it. You're not welcome. You know, you could be a nice guy, but you don't make sense. You're attacking the wrong people.
Sorry, Dino. Mr. Fizz, don't keep showing pictures of guns, mate. You'll get this stream taken down.
I think that can actually
I missed that.
be a new thing, yeah. I think there is something a bit, there's a loophole. I think there's one of the brought in. I know what you're saying. And you probably won't.
It's not a good look, is it, mate? Come on.
Good look, no. I have got this to say though.
I do.
It's only brilliant.
I don't like
nobody
guns.
really noticed this, but Supreme Court ruling in America, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. won the case against all the pharmaceutical lobbyists. In the ruling, the Supreme Court confirmed that the damage caused by mRNA gene therapies is irreparable. As the Supreme Court is the highest court in the United States, there are no further appeals, and the appeals have been exhausted. The Nuremberg Code is now valid. Well done, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Once again, the truth prevails.
Brilliant.
So we've got to see where it goes, though, of course. Because
I'd like a Nuremberg 2.0.
Well, yeah, we need it goddamn right now, exactly.
We need it. We need to get these people up
now
and quiz them and find. Yeah.
I had a conversation with Boris. It might have even been on here, but I had a conversation with Boris, and he said that things like the Nuremberg Code, they aren't enforceable.
Why?
But what's the point in having them then? Why are they there? Like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, unenforceable. Well, then what's the point in having it?
Yes.
Sorry, a belated good night to Yvonne, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to nip off for a minute, but I've only just noticed that Yvonne's saying good night.
Oh, good night, Yvonne. Right. Didn't know you were here. I can't see the chat.
No, brilliant.
Make sure to put a padlock on your closet door.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll see you in a minute, guys.
Right, while he's gone.
But here's one, right? I went to the hospital to visit a relative just a couple of days ago, and the mask notices said face mask required. All employees and visitors must wear a face mask or a protective face covering. And then it also said later, it said you must wear a face covering in this store. If you've forgotten your face covering, please ask a member of staff for help. unless you are exempt in absolutely tiny lettering at the bottom.
Oh, yes.
I didn't even see that. But anyway, I walked in without a mask, and eventually I was asked to wear a mask 3 times in a row in about 4 seconds. And then she said, "Are you exempt?" And I said, "Well, can you ask me that?" And it was like, "Look, I'm arguing too much," so I just said yes. And then they said, "As long as you understand the risks that you now put people under." And I'm like, whoa! So I walk into the ward, and all of the people who are visiting are not wearing a mask.
Risky.
And I'm like, oh, well, they must obviously be the same as me, you know.
Killers.
It's not
Well,
good.
did she tell you that as she was on her way to make another TikTok video?
I have no idea, but she said, "I'm going home," and she got like a round of applause for what she said.
For going home.
Yeah, no, they do, you know, they do work. They do good work. They just have their rules put in front of them, and it seemed obviously, you know, that they had to follow those rules or lose their jobs. And a bunch of them did lose their jobs, didn't they? Now, I believe they're being reinstated in the US. All of those people who were kicked out because of those restrictions, or, you know, stab in the arm restriction.
Yes.
Oh, no, stab in the arm requests that weren't followed. They lost their jobs, but now they're going to be reinstated in those jobs. And that's probably going to have a domino effect around the world. So we may get those people back, but whether they want to even work in a system like that,
exactly. Would you want to go back after that? You know, these are people that work for the NHS for years and years and years, and then suddenly they're sacked for not complying with the current thing,
whatever that might be.
Yes. Well, it's unfortunate that it's made the NHS look even worse, hasn't it? I mean, it was in a bad state anyway, but 2 years to flatten the curve really didn't do them any favours, and worked
2 weeks
perfectly.
to flatten the curve, and it turned into 2 years. Yeah,
it's worked perfectly in terms
2 weeks,
of the
one
agenda.
day, I went. It's already been too long, hasn't it? And they were like, "It's got to be another 2 weeks," and I was like, "No, this isn't going to stop," and it never did it?
Well, not in hospitals, it didn't. No.
Well, don't you think it took longer than normal to flatten the curve because they're allowing 38,000 people in all the time we were all locked up?
Yeah, what it was really about was flattening the curve of their piss that they were pissing on everyone with.
Yeah.
So they can piss more direct.
But yeah, all those doctors and nurses coming in on boats, were they tested? Were they put masks on them? No.
Well, what about all the people who every single person that came over on a boat, never mind the doctors and nurses. I really didn't see past what you'd said there until I started speaking. Your hidden comedy was hidden for too long.
They want to help this country so much. They feel so bad for our NHS system that they're getting in little rubber boats in France, coming from Albania to come here to work in our hospitals. We should be thankful. We should be applauding these people. We should be banging saucepans at 8 o'clock for these people. Come on, guys.
Well, I mean, what use are these people to us in England, though?
Well, if you take your pet out of country, you've got to get it a passport, you've got to get it rabies jabbed. To bring it back into the country, you've got to get it rabies jabbed again.
Yes.
We're coming in unjabbed with anything.
Cheap labour to work on farms and Amazon.
Actually, how about this? You know, we have a immunisation policy on certain places in the world, just because of other definitely old technology vaccines.
Yep.
Are there any tests being done to see whether those people who are coming from those places or not, and whether they've had their, thing?
Don't be silly.
Because if we go to that place, we'll have to have that. Oh, of course.
Well, TB's making a comeback, isn't it?
Oh, well, yes. I mean, it has been quite a while, actually.
Yeah.
Carol, you know you're welcome on. Enlightened
Yeah, bird flu.
Monkeypox.
As long as it's not monkey cocks, we're all right, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna bring Enlightened Audits on in a sec, but I just
Porn bomber alert.
No, it's all right. I'll put the banner up first, Trev. I'll put the banner up first. I just want to
Crinkle in disguise.
Just don't come back here anymore. Whatever your beef is with Biker, you don't know him. You've no idea who he is or what he's about. So, and he's said nothing bad about you. So, what is your fucking problem with someone who you know nothing about? Ridiculous. I'm kind of thinking now that you're a bit of a narcissist, bit of a psycho even. I'm getting to that point. So fuck off and don't come back, basically, is what I'm saying. And you've had your chances as well, so you can't say, oh, you've not given me a chance, do you know, and all that shit. Yeah, you have, so you're a weirdo, mate. And I don't care what anyone says about you or who tries to stick up for you or anything like that. You've shown no proof of that, no proof of being an all right person.
Well, I do stick up for Bright, but I don't know about this one because I haven't seen it really.
He's got something about Biker for some reason. It's not me. He's no problem with me, and that's why I've let him on. But for some reason, he keeps attacking Biker, who's like one of my closest friends, and obviously on this channel, Biker being Biker and stuff like that. So an attack at him is an attack at me. So I don't need it. Go away. We're not talking about people who want to cause trouble. We're talking about serious shit here, and Trevor, for me, is just fucking
talking a load of shit. Sorry.
No, you have been the fucking show tonight, mate. And so I was so glad you came.
Oh no.
Well, you forced me to come up because you were talking such good comments,
Sorry about that, SG. I know you were about to go to bed, weren't you?
Right.
Always my bedtime.
Yeah, you're lucky I'm awake, actually.
Us insomniacs, gosh. What do we do?
I don't know what it is with me at the moment. I keep going to bed super late and getting up super early.
How you doing? Is that you, mate?
Yeah, that is me. How you doing?
No worries. Okay, I've seen it. No worries.
Oh, there.
Okay.
I think I recognise his voice. Yeah.
Okay. You want to go off? Stay on. Right. Okay.
Yeah. I want to see my ugly.
Enlightened.
Hello.
Evening. How you doing?
Evening.
Hello, Enlightened Audits.
Yeah. Had a good day today. Yeah. Met Laura and Audits today.
I've seen it quite a few times. Just some good stuff.
He does, yeah. He's got some good equipment and that, He's not mucking around.
Yeah, but some good things come from mucking around. I mean, fertilizer.
No, well, he's good as gold. But I was trying to get a drone up in the middle of an audit, and it's the first flight, and I forgot this little tiddly wire thing that you got to put in. And I had to go back and get it. So it ruined it for me. I haven't uploaded anything yet, but his video is good and interesting because the officer was brilliant, and it's what a relief that is to meet. A really, the best officer I've ever had on an audit. He came out, he dealt with the thing, dealt with the situation, looked at both sides. Then he turned around to the security and said, what are you doing? What are you making false reports for? Because they said we'd gone under the barriers and stuff. So that was brilliant. That was brilliant, man. But
it certainly seems to be changing. The memo seems to have got out there to these people, but I've noticed a lot of police stations are now putting up signs saying no video photography.
yeah,
I've seen
well,
these red signs going up.
red signs.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I heard about a law they were putting in, or trying to put in, should I say, the plan is to ban filming and photography outside all police stations in the country within a certain meters, 100 meters or some shit like that.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I was going to say that, but I didn't know the details of it. All I heard was they're going to start putting plans in place about filming and photography in a public place.
They've already started putting up the signs.
So it means they're not liking what they're seeing.
Yeah, but that thing that they're already putting up the signs goes to show that even if they do bring that in, then why should we abide by it if they're not going to abide by it while it's a law?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not law though, is it? It's an act.
Yeah, I know, but they're lobbying for scrambling equipment outside police stations.
Well, why aren't we lobbying then to keep what we've got?
That's a good question because
we haven't got the money.
Yeah,
and get people to go to the politicians and lobby.
Yeah, and also because you'll get stabbed in the street, just like Joe Cox or.
And how many people have been found out by a camera and a video film? I.e., tyrants, found out, murderers, rapists, police, security, whatever authority. They've been found out through a camera or a photo.
I'll tell you what, you're damn right there, Dino. And like that memo always said, it's the 21st century or whatever. Technology has changed, and we police officers have to, get with the program. The cameras are everywhere. Yeah.
Can I just?
Why shouldn't they be?
Sorry, guys. Just 2 seconds. That's all. Exposing Frauditors is back. You've changed your name. Listen, you're very welcome to you, and I hope you're okay, whoever you are. But you're very welcome. No. This person, I don't know. I'm very intrigued, and it's a very polite person who's intriguing. So I don't want anyone to give this person any shit, even though he's give people shit. There's something about this person. So, what are you doing anyway?
Dino, did you see that YouTube short of the horse eating the baby chicken?
No.
I have it.
You mean
why? This is typical for those of you who are new.
I thought I was random.
This is what Steffi's like. Right, come on.
Been very random tonight, Trevor. Sorry.
Oh, blimey, that is random.
But I saw a YouTube short yesterday of a horse in a barn with a bunch of little chicks, right? And it just eats one.
You saw a YouTube short?
I have it. I could probably show you. But he's barking.
I don't know if that's a good idea to play, is it? That's like a bit of a gore bomb.
Yeah, is it?
No, there's no blood.
Is this going to upset me?
No. Horses eating chicks. I don't know. It's not. It doesn't sound.
It's one chicken there. It's one, and you can't see no blood.
Is it a bite or a chew?
You can't see no blood.
Basically, just chews it once and then swallows it whole, pretty much.
I mean, did it eat it, or did it just put it in its mouth and drop it?
No, he ate it. Horses do that. So
well, there's one problem with that. Horses can't do that. So
they do it in the wild. If they find the baby bird out of its nest on the floor, they'll eat it.
Wild? It must be livid.
Dead livid.
Did you see my cock video, Dino?
What? Oh, video, right.
Yeah, I did. No, I did a nice
weird.
video. I did a nice video about a Belgian cock.
Oh my god!
I've actually, to be honest with you, Trev, I've not seen any videos for about 2 weeks. I've been
Right,
away.
unsubscribe. That's it. I'm out of here.
No way. Right, Trevor's channeling, please.
Don't look at my channel. Don't look at my channel. Don't subscribe. Don't go near it. Nothing to see here. Don't.
Underestimated. You've got to get into Trevor's mind. When you watch his videos, you've got to get into that mind, and you will get it. You just got to keep watching them.
They won't get it. Nobody gets it, Dino. It's complete nonsense.
You will get it. You will get it. So yeah, last couple of weeks, Trev, I've been down almost to a breakdown. So I've been away for a couple of weeks, and I haven't caught up on anything much lately. So
no, I know you haven't been around.
I've
been coming on here going, "Where's Dino? Where the fuck is Dino? What the fuck is this? Where's Dino?" So I wrote to YouTube, and they still haven't got back to me yet. So I was hoping you'd explain your absence. I almost unsubscribed. I thought, well, he doesn't do this anymore. He's obviously lost interest. Got himself a girlfriend or something.
Hey, do you know what? There's a potential factor on that, which would be great for me, actually, after 18 years. I've got so many female groupies on YouTube. It's like, but you know,
careful.
Which is amazing. But no, in real life,
how many females? How many?
This is his OnlyFans site that he doesn't talk about.
Yeah, you've got 5. This is some of the 4 daughters, mate. That's the only females you're getting.
No, it's been one of them periods what we all get. Like,
don't say period.
Not a change period, but like a massive change period. Like
what monthly?
Yeah, things are moving on now. So I've got a couple of videos coming up as well.
I were hoping you were going to go up a chimney at some point, like Fred Dimbar.
Back into the swing soon.
I wanted you to go up a chimney.
You
wanted you to go up a chimney.
You
went up a bit of a tower. Was it a water tower?
That's not high enough. I want a high chimney overlooking.
But for Dino, everything's higher though, isn't it? 'Cause he's fairly short. So.
Oh, you wanted me to?
Come in. Who's that knocking at the door?
What's going on here?
That's my typing style.
That mill. Fucking hell! I'll tell you what. That mill. When I can't believe what I did. Right. Because when you look at that building from a distance, it looks so high. When you're there climbing up, it doesn't feel high because you're just climbing up on pieces of stone. You don't feel the height. And then when you look at it from a distance, I thought, and then I think I even said on the video, you could probably see me from miles around. And then when I looked at it from a couple of miles away, I thought, if anyone was up there, you could see that person. And maybe someone did, but I can't, you know, and I'm 54 now. I'm 54 years old and my body's aching a bit and those abandoned things and things like that. They're probably
like,
but I would hate not to do them anymore.
I mean, he looks older.
No. I'd say Dino looked about 34.
From behind.
His connection, on the other hand,
questionable.
34 kilobytes.
Questionable.
You think it'd be good connection being so high up as well, wouldn't you?
Well, the money he pays as well. I mean, he's getting PewDiePie money now, isn't he? All these sponsors and that. He must be raking at him. You think he'd have a good internet? We can say anything. He's not here. He can't hear us. Let's all hide. And then when he comes back, go, where is everyone?
Yeah, it's got to dodge you out at the moment.
Is that a euphemism?
Weird.
Could be.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Just a bit weird. Only ever happens when I'm on live and when I'm talking about certain subjects. A bit weird.
I think you can get a tablet for it.
Makes you wonder whether you're being hacked or not.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, we're all being watched all the time. It's just I've
Weird.
gone beyond
Well, here-
caring now. I really
Here's-
don't care anymore. Zero.
Here's a
Fucks
question
given.
for you. I don't like to bring him up, but Dino, do you
Uh-oh.
think you've been like?
As if I can't
Crinkled.
notice, you know, and all that kind
Have
of
you
shit.
been
Do you
crinkled?
think you've had a crinkle? I was actually going to say that a crinkle kick you
Saturday
offline
night,
or whatever,
something like that,
or ruin shit, and computer wise.
No, I don't think
No?
he has. No.
Do you think he's tried?
No, it's not that clever. We give him too much. We give him too much.
It could be. All I can hear is
credence.
crackling right now, so all I'm getting is sabotage.
Well,
at the
they're all
minute,
lagging.
so-
Yeah, it's lagging. You can tell when he's lagging. His picture goes all blurry.
And that's what he said.
No, he normally looks like that.
That's what he said.
I've seen him in real life. He looked very blurry. I said, "Can you stay in focus for at least 1 minute, Dino?" Fuck's sake! You
Did
look
he
like a
walk
woman
around
from
with
the
this
back, and you're a
rectangle,
complete
in
blur
front
from
of
the
him,
front.
you know?
He's all pixel.
It might have been you not being at focus, mate. You know what I mean?
Got
Oh,
Minecraft mode.
He's all pixelated when you see him in reality.
8-bit Dino.
Yeah. No, 16-bit.
I'm of the 8-bit.
What is that crackling? Who's doing the crackling?
Sorry, guys.
Enlighten.
Sorry.
Mute yourself,
He's
mate.
typing on his typewriter.
Yeah, it's my typewriter. I've sort of got this weird habit of smacking the keys really hard. I don't know why.
What are you two doing?
Must think
What is it? A Commodore 64?
It's a Remington, isn't it?
Do you know,
A typewriter.
But you know, it's one of these Chromebooks. It's like it's a real pain, like trying to transfer the difference between the Windows and the Chromebook thing. But it's winning me over slowly. But then I went back to Windows the other day, and like I was, getting into bad habits.
I can't keep up with all these things now when they updates and they move stuff around. I go,
Yeah,
where's that
don't know if you
gone?
can hear me.
No, we can't hear you. Who said that?
Can't hear anybody.
Looking forward to Dino coming back any minute anyway.
Is there anybody out there?
Can't wait for Dino. I wish Dino would come back.
Honestly. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely not normal. Put it that way.
What is normal?
Yeah, just let people.
Nothing's
be fucking
normal.
Stupid. I think that's the best thing. But yeah, something's wrong. Sabotage. Yeah, because it doesn't happen any other time. It's like you can pick things up, like you're talking about a certain subject, then it fucking goes down, and then you think, then you think, oh God, YouTube, and then you think, no, it can't be because we're not
that's it.
going against
Very idea. It's hard to say what the is. Going against the grain. The Grinch.
The Grinch.
He's a mean one. He's a mean one, Mr. Grinch. He's a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah. If we have a power cut, right, for 7 days, I'm gonna dress up as the Grinch and run around and scare the fuck out of people. And I'll go up to people's windows and I'll put my face right up against the window, and I'll just go around causing mayhem.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
Well, if there is
it comes under a certain category.
if there is a power cut, Dino will be all right because he'll be able to power everything off his hair.
Oh, did you talking about masks and that? Did you hear about the school that told the kids not to wear Halloween masks because it impaired their learning?
Yes, and how? Oh, like go back a year. Go back a year.
The irony is not lost on me. Let me tell you.
Yeah, people seem to really have a very short attention span nowadays.
Well,
when they're looking at like what they should be able to look back at.
Look over here, Matt Hancock's in the jungle. Don't talk about that. Matt Hancock's in the jungle. Look over here.
I don't need to see him eating a testicle to feel sorry for him. You know,
I would
like,
watch that nonsense if you'd have to pay me. You'd have to
like
pay
a
me
little
40k to watch it.
Yeah, he's a little pet now. Oh, let's be okay.
Oh,
No,
don't. He makes my skin crawl.
There is
horrible,
no
odious man.
redeeming from potentially killing thousands of people.
But you can't deny genius move by ITV getting him in. The publicity they've got out of it, incredible. Front page,
they're like, he wants
fantastic.
to do what?
They're rubbing their hands together. 40k, well worth it for the publicity.
Yeah,
for a show that's dying on its arse anyway. I mean, the term celebrity is so vague; it's unbelievable. I could be Dino's a bloody celebrity. Why isn't he in there? Actually, I'd like to see him eating a kangaroo's cock. That would be quite funny. But no, celebrity. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of it. Just ridiculous.
I'd like to see Dino on
next
Love
to the
Island.
Versace hotel. Love Island. That's the other thing they're watching it. Yeah, it's more on TV.
I just know the name. I've never seen it.
Dino in Love Island would be like a dog on heat.
A lot of people go on there end up committing suicide. They don't know. That's that problem with that program. It's Death Island, isn't it? They go on there going, "Oh, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be a megastar. I'm going to be the next."
Actually, isn't that how fame works?
No, genuine fame happens naturally, doesn't it? You don't force it.
Well, fame isn't real anyway.
Well,
usually fame for something that you represent that isn't actually yourself, like actors.
Paid pretenders, I like to call them.
And as like police are government actors. You know, we forget that. Our politicians, it's acting for ugly people.
But somebody did say the whole world is a stage, and the stage is a world of entertainment.
Yeah.
He's put the link in again. Have you put the link in so Dino can join the biker?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dino, if you're out there, it'd be great to have you on, joining the debate.
I know what he's doing right now. He's really building everything.
Everything.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah. I
see someone in the back there wondering what's happening. But yeah, I think he's having some trouble.
Yeah, it's his router that's knackered. Needs changing.
I bet it does. Yeah, you see, it's like a lot of things. They're like nappies, you know, like politicians. Every now and again, they have to be checked to see they're not full of shit and need to be changed.
Every few weeks, by the look of it. How long was Truss in government for? How long was she PM for?
40-odd days.
It's just short 6 weeks, wasn't
it? What is that in hours?
Well, let's condense that we've had 3 prime ministers in 2.5 months.
Yeah, which tells me that the job nobody's worthy for it. I don't see anyone in politics right now.
It's not democracy, is it? We've had no say in any of this. It's not democracy.
Who
we're being had over.
Please, somebody tell me there, and it doesn't have to be a politician. I don't care about where they're from.
Oh, what was her name? She was a Labour.
Britain.
She was an actress, and she was in the Labour Party. I really liked her. She was coming out with some good stuff.
No idea.
I can't think of her name now. I think she died.
Has anyone got anyone they will put up? Yeah, I mean.
Well, you want somebody in there that's experienced real life fucking issues.
So who would that be, in your eyes, Eddie?
Any one of us.
Any one of us? Well, you know what, a real person would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I don't want it. Couldn't think of it. No, you'd hate it.
Wouldn't want it, no.
Oh, I'd do it. I really would.
Well, if it's only for 40 days, then yeah, I suppose it's all right.
There you go. It's not a long-term job, is it?
I can and the payoff afterwards quite lucrative, isn't it?
Yes, I can imagine Biker doing a press release. Fuck them.
Can we have a statement from you, Biker, on the current world economic situation? Fucking shit, innit?
I'm not having it, and they can fuck off.
And your radical policy of making everyone ride bikes didn't go down very well, did it?
No, I'm still going to stick with that one.
But there's no traffic jams anymore.
No, it's difficult to get goods delivered from Sainsbury's.
No, I mean, don't forget there are trailers that bikes can tow. They
That's
just
true. Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
That's it. Bungee
Mr. Fish, you're pretty much doing an animated cartoon there.
I'm just wondering about copyright.
Oh, it's out the window. It's out the window. Out the window.
There isn't any windows underwater, is there?
Yeah.
Under the sea?
Under the sea.
And if you sink a building in water, then there's a window in the water.
Well, no, they have portholes, though, don't they?
Yeah, but if I take a house and I dump it in the ocean, then there's a windows in the ocean.
Crikey. Why don't you just wait for the water to rise over the house?
Come a long way.
There is plenty of them, though.
But yeah, it depends where it is, I suppose.
Although I have to admit, a lot of these lakes and reservoirs are now drying up. So some of the old, flooded villages and towns are now reappearing.
Yeah, you can see them. There's videos out, isn't there?
Yep, there's some of them haven't even been seen in decades.